And we're live, Pep Talk UK, joined by the man himself, J Alby, for this big live stream tonight. Jay, how we feeling, mate?
All good, Joe. All good. You looking fresh? You had a trim up there?
Hang on, mate. Just struggling hearing you. 1 second, probably, mate. 1 second.
All right.
You on, Jay?
Yeah, you all good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you now, mate. Can hear you now. Sorry about that. And it's Devin Haney, isn't it? Big one tonight. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. Oh wow! I don't know if
Martin
you've just
J.
seen
Ward's
this.
been stopped.
Martin J. Ward has just been stopped as we come on the live by Fusili. We spoke about it last night. It looked like it could be a tough night for Martin J. Ward. And it was.
He looked big on the way.
Down in round 4, I think. And yeah, he's just been knocked down, then stopped. Wow. Wow. As I say, I was setting this up, so I was half watching it, half not watching it. So anyone in the stream, let us know exactly what happened there. But yeah, definitely smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, Pep Talk UK, get involved in the conversation tonight. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares, as I said. WBC Lightweight World title on the line. Rightly or wrongly, I'm sure we'll discuss that tonight with the whole WBC franchises. Teofimo Lopez undisputed. I'm sure we'll discuss that in between the fights. But we've still got 3 great fights tonight. We've got Jason Quigley versus Shane Mosley Jr. We've got Chantel Cameron's first defense of a WBC World title against Melissa Hernandez. And then topped off by the main event, as we say, Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And just shocked and gutted for Martin J. Ward against Fusili, but we knew he was an extremely game opponent, IBF final eliminator. And yeah, mate, put a stop to Tony Sims' fantastic undefeated run with his fighters at the minute. He's been on a brilliant run. That's put a stop to that tonight. Looking forward to seeing the stoppage again here. Looks like a significant eye injury, if we see that.
It looked like a heavy knockdown as well.
Did you see the end of the fight, Jay? I was just coming on the live, so I missed the actual knockout punch. If you want to just take us through it.
Yeah, literally, I didn't quite see the punch. Literally, we turned on. I looked up and I saw Martin Ward was down. And when he got back up, he didn't look too steady. And then the ref called it. So it looks like he got a knee injury as well. It looks like, it don't look great for him, to be honest. Like you say, it was a world title eliminator. It was a good opportunity. He looked big on the weight yesterday. He looked much bigger than his opponent. I thought, here we go. This is a good sign. I thought he might overpower him, maybe take him out later in the rounds. But like you said, his opponent's dangerous. You told me yesterday. We had a chat yesterday. You said you thought it was going to be a hard fight for Martin J. Ward.
Yeah.
And it looked like it proved that it has been a hard fight for him tonight. Like you say, there's a great card on tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. But, a bit of an upset here. But maybe not an upset in the boxing world, but obviously just a bit of an upset where it's a British fighter on there. Looks like he's done his leg or his knee there at a point in the fight. So,
just looking at it back now. Yeah, look, he's held his knee there. So. Shame for him. He was 24-1 going into that fight. He's only lost come to James Tennyson. And obviously now this is his second loss on his record, and I'm sure it'll be a rebuilding process for Martin J. Ward because he's an incredibly talented boxer, as we know. So do you think obviously we've only just come on, but do you think he'll be back to fight another day, Ward?
Yeah, he's young enough. He's young enough to come back. It's disappointing. Yeah. Obviously, if it's a leg injury or something that's contributed to the end of the fight like that, then obviously don't beat yourself up too much. Recover and then train, work hard, and come back stronger. It's not the end. obviously it's disappointment because it's a great opportunity, a world title eliminator. That's devastating for him, especially getting to that close in his career to get to a world title fight. So yeah, disappointing in that sense. Like you say, it's a losing, a first loss in that corner for a little while for that team. So yeah, look, these things happen in boxing. It flips around pretty fast. So look, in a year's time, he could be back in the same situation. So look, like you say, heal up, train hard, get 1 or 2 more victories, and you can be back in the same position. So yeah, of course you can come back in that. But yeah, a bit of a weird way to the end of that fight, seeing that back. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Ebbs OTB has come in. When's the Chantel Cameron fight, lads? I'm assuming that we have got Jason Quigley versus Shane Mosley Jr. next, and then we'll have the Chantel Cameron fight, followed by the main event, which is Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. So Jay, just what's your opinions on this fight? I know there was talk about a potential fight, even with Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko. There's always going to be talk about the Teofimo Lopez fight. There's massive fights out there in the lightweight division because it's so hot right now. But in your opinion, what do you make of this Jorge Linares fight?
I think it's a good test for Haney at this stage in his career. Obviously, the guy's pretty young. Look, Linares is a veteran. He's a great fighter. I really rated Linares. We've seen him for a number of years on the British soils, going back to as far as when he fought Kevin Mitchell, which in a fight I thought Kevin was going to win until the eye injury. Yeah, Linares is a great fighter. There's no doubt in that. He's fought some great competition. He's fought at world level numerous times, fought all around the world. Great KO power, got some good skills. Yeah, I think it's a great fight. I don't think it's a gimme for Devin Haney. I think it's a very tough fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Linares gets a victory. But I think it could be a close points victory for Haney tonight. If he stops Linares, that's a good statement. I think that's a great statement if he can stop Linares. Got to remember, I remember when Linares dropped Lomachenko. Like, he's a good fighter. So
yes. Yeah, and look, just going into it, Jay, Jorge Linares is 47-5 with 29 KOs. However, all 5 losses have been by way of knockout. So he showed vulnerabilities. His last loss was a round 1 stoppage against Kano, I think in January of 2019. So he's never lost on points. And Haney is really becoming known as a technician of the game. Young, talented, skillful, obviously already a world champion, I think 22 years of age. And he's in there with a veteran 3-weight world champion. And is this his biggest fight and his hardest fight to date in Devin Haney? In Linares, yeah.
Yeah, for Devin Haney, for sure, to date, it's his hardest fight. Not quite sure who else he's fought at the moment. Like, obviously, he fought Gamboa, but world level, he's not really fought anyone at world level. So it's a good test in that sense. But obviously, everyone wanted the Lopez fight. Lopez obviously beat Lomachenko. Devin Haney won he was interim champion, got elevated to WBC World Champion. Obviously, Lopez says that he's the undisputed. On paper, he's not. So that's a big fight to have next. Because if you look, Josh Taylor become undisputed last week. And if you look in all the record books, Lopez ain't in there. So he's not technically an undisputed. He's not a technically undisputed world champion with the franchise title. So naturally, that would be the fight next to make. I like the Ryan Garcia fight. I think Ryan Garcia's got a lot of hype about him. Obviously, there's a bit of beef before with Haney and Garcia, so that builds to the story. But look, there's great fights for Haney if he wins this fight. If he wins this fight, to me, it cements that he's the WBC champion. He's had a great defense of the title. And look, Lopez, you got to admit, you got to fight Haney. As much as you scream you're the undisputed, you're not undisputed. So let's get the undisputed fight. Or as Lopez says, he wants to fight Taylor. So let's see what happens. Obviously, Haney needs to win. Like I say, it's not a foregone conclusion that Haney wins. Linares is a top fighter. I think Linares, a few of his losses has been maybe because sometimes he goes up and down in the weights. He takes a challenge. So to me, they're all knockouts, but he's dished out 29 knockouts himself. So yeah, he's an entertaining fighter. It could go either way. But I'd like to see Haney come for a stern test. I'd like to see him have a good, hard fought 12 rounds. Maybe get off the floor if he has to. Prove that he's got the bit of metal. But if he goes out and blasts Linares out in 1 or 2 rounds, that's a statement too. So, yeah, it's a big night for Devin Haney. Just 1 minute, Joe. Just my DAZN's gone a bit funny. It's froze. I don't know about yours.
No problem, mate. No, mine's good at the minute. And Dagim Tessama says, so who got the fight link? I don't know where you're based, Dagim, but in the UK, I've just got DAZN. It's £2 a month. Can't say fairer than that. For me, anyway, we got Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. Over the past month, we've had some fantastic fights, including Canelo, Billy Joe. That's just a name. We had Liam Williams versus Demetrius Andrade. So you really do get your money's worth with the £2 a month. It's a fantastic platform, DAZN, especially at that price point. And MZOTB says Haney. And obviously, Haney is a favourite. There's no doubt about that. Haney is a favourite. But it's probably the first fight that Linares has fought a matchroom fighter, because he's fought, I think, 4 matchroom fighters now. Kevin Mitchell, Luke Campbell, Anthony Crolla, and hang on, am I missing one? Campbell, Mitchell, Crolla. Campbell, Mitchell, Crolla. Help me out, AJ. Who's the other one?
Oh, Linares.
Get up on the odd box rec. Complete mind
sorry,
bank.
mate. One moment. My bloody PlayStation's bloody broke down on me with DAZN.
No problem, mate.
Fix it. 1 moment.
No problem. Yeah. So it's going to be one of them fights. Jay's just sorting out some technical issues here, but yeah, DAZN, great fight tonight. WBC World Title Lightweight. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And M's OTB says, what's your thoughts on the Cameron Hernandez fight? And is it sorted now, Jay?
Oh, well, I just had to return my PlayStation on and off, so
okay, mate.
In a minute, yeah. DAZN bit funny on the PlayStation. I should have got up on the tablet, but I thought, big TV.
Yeah.
But we live and learn.
Yeah. No, definitely, mate. And just grab your thoughts on Chantel Cameron while it's loading up. First title defense tonight against Hernandez out in Vegas. She was meant to be out a few weeks ago. I think was she meant to be out on the Boatsi card? Was it the Boatsi card, yes. Or was it the fight? Or was it the fight night before that? I'm not entirely sure. I can't really remember now. But yeah, she was meant to be out in the UK. That got postponed to tonight in Vegas. Good place to make your first title defense, is it? In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So yeah, against it's a tough girl in Melissa Hernandez, who is 23-7-3. However, she's only ever been stopped once, and she moves up and down the weight divisions, as many female fighters at high levels does. She's come up short at the highest level a couple of times, but do you think it could be a hard fight for Chantel Cameron tonight?
Possibly, but I think I rate Chantel Cameron very highly, so I think that. I think it'd be a rugged fight for a couple of rounds, I would have thought, but I think I'm pretty sure Chantel will dispose of her. Her opponent looks like a game opponent, so I won't argue with that. You want competitive fights, so I'm happy in that sense. But overall, I think she'll get the job done tonight, Joe. Yeah, I'm back up. I've got Linares on the screen doing like a questionnaire thing. Is that what you've got going on there?
10 rounds with Linares, that one.
Yeah, so I'm all good. I'm back up and running, so I'm happy about that. So, but yeah, it'll be a great fight tonight. I think she'll get the first defense under her belt. Maybe look to make herself undisputed. Then I can see the Katie Taylor fight happening. So she's got to keep winning.
Be a fantastic fight down the line. Yeah, look, MZMTV again. Chantel bringing it home for my hometown. So that's always good to have a world champion in your hometown. And yeah, Chantel Cameron proving herself to be a really, really solid talent, and coming to the front of a fantastic crop of UK female fighters coming through at the minute, and she's proven herself as one of the best pound for pound the UK has got to offer. So much talent, being trained by Jamie Moore, of course, and
great trainer.
Yeah. Down the line, do you think that fight with Katie Taylor, if it happens, do you think she's got a chance against Katie Taylor? Obviously, is probably pound for pound number one female right now.
Depending when they meet. At the moment, I think Chantal needs a couple more experience fights, but you never know. In a year, 18 months' time, it might be the perfect time to fight Katie for Chantal. Kate's coming to the latter ends of her career, maybe in the next year or two. How many big more fights has she got left in her? She's very professional, Katie. I always believe that she'd always give 110% in every fight. So it's just about the timing. Everyone's beatable. We've seen that. Most 98.9% of fighters are beatable. So look, she's got a chance. I'd like her to get a bit more experience under her belt. I wouldn't like her to go in there with not enough experience. But look, the women division is getting better and better month on month out. We're seeing some great fights. The recognition of the women's game's going up a lot. So onward and upwards. Katie needs opponents. She's gone through so many women that not really give her a challenge. The last couple of opponents have been a bit more harder for Katie, but yeah, it'd be a great fight that I'd like to see, and it'd be a great fight for the UK.
Definitely, that will be massive for women's boxing in the UK. Be massive for world boxing, but a lot was made out of Katie Taylor winning that big domestic world title fight, and obviously we had it in that fantastic fight with Natasha Jonas. Give me that again. I would love that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we was live streaming that night. That was on the undercard of Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker. But that stole the show and then some, didn't it? What a fight that was. That was fight of the year candidate already. I don't know. Anyone in the comments, let us know what your fight of the year so far is heading into halfway through the year. Can you believe that? We're nearly halfway through 2021, heading into June, heading into the 6th month. So, but yeah, 3 fights that stand out for me, Jay. I don't know what you think, but I would go Chocolatito versus Estrada 2 back in March. I think that was an awesome fight. I might be missing a couple out here, but just off the top of my head, Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas, and I've got to stick in last week's fight. Last week's fight was fantastic. Josh Taylor versus Carlos Ramirez, the undisputed super lightweight junior welterweight title, whatever you want to call it, whatever tag you want to put on it. There was no two ways about it. What a fight that was.
That's probably my favourite fight of the year, Joe, to be honest, the Taylor Ramirez fight. I thought that was a great fight on a limited platform, which was a shame. It was obviously on Fight TV. Yeah. It didn't have the eyes on it that should have had the eyes on it. But yeah, for me, probably the greatest fight of the year. But tonight could change that. I'm looking forward to the Devin Haney fight.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
It's got the potential to be, with the style of Haney and Linares, it's got the style to be a great fight. Maybe not as good as the fights we've just mentioned, but good enough to get me excited for this evening. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think now the Quigley fight, Jason Quigley, highly touted when he first turned professional, and I know he suffered a loss a couple of fights ago. He's come back with a couple of stoppage victories, and then we got Sugar Shane Mosley Senior's son, Shane Mosley Jr. Trying to follow up after his father's footsteps. Got a couple of losses on his record. It looks like he's bounced back.
3 losses.
Yeah, 3 losses, bounced back. Like to see his character. I won't lie, I've not really seen much of Shane Mosley Jr., so I think this is a great fight. I think this is a good 50-50 fight, maybe. I'm not too sure. Maybe Quigley's the slight favourite.
Could edge it, yeah. His last loss, Shane Mosley Jr., come in 2018 to Brandon Adams. Obviously, he's the son of a free-weight world champion and boxing icon in Shane Mosley. He gave us some great nights over the years. But yeah, Jason Quigley, he was a highly touted amateur. I think he won gold at the European Championships in 2013. Turned over. He's currently 18-1 with 14 KOs. So quite a good knockout ratio. And I'm sure he'll be looking to do the same tonight against Shane Mosley Jr. it's looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. And just Emzo TV says, I think Canelo, Billy Joe. I'm assuming you're referring to fights of the year so far. In my opinion, it weren't a fight of the year as in the style of the fight, but it was just so interesting, and that's why I loved that fight, and that's why it got the endorphins going, didn't it? Because you just didn't know if Billy Joe was going to do it, and in rounds 5, 6, even parts of 7, it looked like he may do it. And it was what a night that was. Just what a night with the 70,000 fans at the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. Yeah, just reminiscing about that night, Jay. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted. We was gutted about that. But as a night, we'll look back fondly at that in years to come.
Well, as an event, it probably is the biggest event of the year so far. I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, biggest sporting event, not just boxing.
Yeah, so I would agree with that. Fight-wise, like you say, style-wise, it was a great fight. Look, let's keep it real. It was a great fight,
of course,
obviously the other fights were more competitive, more 50-50s, more to and fro, shall we say. The other one was more of an elite standoff. What happened. But yeah, like Quigley coming out here. I've seen since Quigley's loss, he's come back with a few stoppage victories, trying to make a statement. The thing with Quigley is, like you say, great amateur, but looks like he's coming out with a black eye. I think where he went over to America to start his career, it was a bit harder for him because he started his early part of his career with an American promotion. I think he was with Golden Boy, wasn't he? Am I correct? Was it Golden Boy?
I'm pretty sure both are still with Golden Boy. I'm pretty sure both fighters, but Golden Boy have stuck it on the Matchroom card, and we just see under the eye, Quigley looks like he's got a bit of marking, bit of a bruise, bit of a heel bruise. Just looking at that, making his way to the ring.
I don't think I saw that in the weigh-in yesterday, to be honest, Joe.
I didn't pick it up, mate. I didn't pick it up.
No, I thought I might have seen it if it happened. I don't know what's happened there. Crazy.
Shaz says, morning, lads. Morning, Shaz. Hope you're watching. Hope you're enjoying the fights, mate. Pep Talk boys, definitely smash that like button. Everyone, smash the subscribe button, as we always say. Road to 20k. Let's get that done as soon as possible. And let's enjoy some great fights tonight. So we've got 3 fights tonight now. Quigley, Mosley Jr., Cameron Hernandez, and obviously Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And they're just David Diamante doing the official announcements now. And just quickly, Jay, it's Eddie Hearn's first solely promoted show or leading promoted show in Vegas, which shocked me hearing that.
Yeah,
because it seems to be that he's been about in doing great shows in America now for a few years. And I can't believe it. I can't believe that he hasn't solely promoted a show in Vegas yet.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but I think Eddie's a sort of promoter where he has been in America. It's been probably a little bit more difficult than what he anticipated when he first went over there. A lot of the American promoters have made it very difficult for him. So I'm not surprised in that sense, but I am surprised as well. When you hear it, you kind of think, you would have thought Eddie would have had one on Las Vegas, but he's making his waves now. He's had to prove himself. I think he's had to go around the long way in America. He's had to rustle a few feathers and put on a few shows in places to get his name up there. But hopefully, many more shows for Eddie. Like I say, I think Eddie's the best promoter. He's my favourite promoter. And hopefully he does some more big shows. Like he done the Canelo show with Billy Joe Saunders. We said what an event that was.
Yeah, earlier today, that was massive.
Earlier today, I saw the AJ Klitschko again from Wembley, and that was such a beautiful
fantastic
event. You forget how great it was that night. So Eddie's putting on the great shows. He's doing good things.
Frochgrove too, going back a bit further.
I wouldn't mind to see Anthony Joshua in Las Vegas. I think he deserves to go out there. I think you got Tyson out there making all the noise. I think personally, if they don't take the WBO route, I would say go to Las Vegas. Give AJ, even if it had to be the Andy Ruiz free match, the third one. So
I was just about to say that,
just because that could work, but I wouldn't really like to see that. I'd like to see Ortiz maybe out there, someone a bit different. But I'll take AJ to Las Vegas if I was Eddie Hearn in Matchroom.
Yeah, definitely, and it's the event, isn't it? Obviously, we see Tyson Fury go out to Vegas with all the whole razzmatazz. I was talking to you about ring walks earlier, Jay, and I said Tom Schwartz versus Tyson Fury ring walk is one of my favourites of all time. The whole Rocky IV living in America, Apollo Creed style. But yeah, just to pick up Shaz's comment there, Ramla Ali had a shutout win, moves to 3-0. I don't know if you saw that, Jay. I did see that. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Speed. It was in range, controlled at the timing of the fight, controlled, threw a lot of punches in bunches. As commentator Conor Benn was sad on the broadcast. Enjoyed hearing Conor Benn live on the broadcast. But yeah, the fight's just about to get underway between Jason Quigley versus Shane Mosley Jr. And yeah, I'm at 2 minutes 50, Jay. Is that about the same as you, mate?
I'm 2 minutes 36.
Okay, let me. I'll reload.
Doing speed up. At the moment, I'm not risking touching the PlayStation.
No, don't do it, mate. Don't do it, mate.
Oh, bloody hell. The PlayStation's a nightmare with the zone.
I've got the old Fire Stick with the zone. It seems to be doing job. It seems to be doing the job. Yeah, no. Here we are. I'm at 220.
Yeah, I'm at 210, so I'm probably just a little bit ahead of you.
Just a little bit, okay.
I could pause it.
No, don't worry, mate. Honestly, you should be fine
for a couple of seconds, and then I'll go live now. So
okay, mate.
I'm like 158. Lovely. So
okay, mate. Yeah, that's cool. That a second different. That's lovely. But yeah, quiet first minute. Just bit of speed coming. Yeah, looking for that. Looking for that counter right hand from Mosley Jr. Looking at that, like he's probably trying to get that shot off early. That straight counter, crisp right hand, straight down the middle. That looks like the shot he's trying to favour. But as I say, just size it up in the early stages. Oh, yeah, Quigley just comes forward, lands a jab clean.
Yeah, looks like they could be sizing each other up this first round. A couple of nice jabs and left hooks by Quigley going in. It's an intriguing little battle here. Big right hand caught there by Quigley, but yeah, first round pretty even, I think. But
yeah,
could be an explosive round, I reckon. Round 3 and 4, I reckon. It could be a bit of fire in this fight.
Looks like they could be both open to power shots a couple of rounds down the line. They look like open, especially when they're at close range. Both fighters have been caught. Obviously, it weren't the heaviest of shots, but there's scope for them to be heavy. So it could potentially be stopped inside the distance. It's obviously a 10 round tonight. We got Quigley in the green, representing his home of Ireland, and we've obviously got Mosley Jr. in the purple and orange. Just Mosley Jr. coming in there, trying to tuck in a couple of body shots as he comes into close range. But yeah, now just moving to the left, trying a bit of style from Mosley Jr.
Yeah, you see Quigley already reddening up underneath the left eye. Obviously, he's already come out with a black eye under his right eye, so he's come out with a shiner already, Joe.
Of course,
so he's already come out with a bit of damage. So the judges don't look at that and think Mosley done that halfway through the fight or something. But
take that one into consideration.
Yeah, under his other eye though, he's already reddening. So competitive first round. I think in the next couple of rounds, I think it's just going to be toe-to-toe war. You saw it then. There was a few times they swung, they missed, big haymakers. Yeah, I think this could be a lively fight. This is why they might have picked this one ahead of the Martin J. Ward fight. I was quite disappointed when I tuned in. Obviously, I didn't wake up till about 1:30. So I was disappointed. I missed pretty much 5 rounds of that fight. So I thought that would have been where this fight was on. But obviously, they think high hopes for this fight. So hopefully, it sets off in a minute. Yeah, big right hand there by Mosley. You've seen on the replays.
Yeah. Who would you give that round to, Jay?
Probably give it an even round.
Yeah, you going even for the first round. Yeah,
I think they both got off good shots. no one really stood out where I thought they took that round. So if that's the case, then I'll have to give it even, to be honest with you.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're watching the fight.
Yeah,
but
please
it was a close opening round. If you're not watching, it was a close opening round. Yeah. Oh, good right hand landed from Mosley Jr. in the opening 30 seconds of round 2. Mosley using his lead hand quite well, feinting, just pull it out, just swinging it around, trying to gauge where Quigley's at coming forward. But now Quigley comes forward with small combinations going down to the body as well, coming in with a nice little left hook. But back to now, we've got Quigley light on his feet, moving around to the left. Little smile there from Mosley Jr.
The thing with Mosley Jr., I'm noticing when he comes in with his offense, he's leaves himself very vulnerable. His defense, when he comes in with his chin up. If you watch him, even when a shot doesn't come back, he comes in with his hands down, his chin up, and he could be counterpunched very lightly by Quigley. But he looks like he's got a bit of pop in his hands, Mosley, like his dad. His dad had a bit of pop. But I think I'm really worried here for Mosley in this round, especially when I've seen him come in. He looks very vulnerable to the counters, but we never know. That's just something I'm picking up at the moment. Quigley's not really as I've always said to you, Joe. I think if you do the basics of boxing very well, the fundamentals, if they're at a high standard, you're pretty much halfway to a victory. And here Quigley's not really using the jab. Saying that Mosley's not using the jab, but I'm going to do a quicker analysis of Quigley. He needs to start in the 1s and 2s with the jabs, maybe the 3s, opening up the space. He's looking for wild left hooks, wild right hooks. Nothing's coming off it.
Just got caught on the way in there as well, Quigley, as he's coming. I think he's trying to get off the 1-2s, but he just needs to find the way in without being countered at the minute. I'm not entirely sure, but I think
feints. And with feints, that's quite good, but it just needed then a jab. Somewhere in between them 2 or 3 jabs. Yeah, but isn't he not scoring anything off it? So he's wasted energy.
Mosley lands. Final stages of the second round.
There's no fundamentals really being used from either fighter. No one's really using the jab. Like a big left.
Good jab there from Shane Mosley Jr. Just landing clean on the chin. But yeah. Oh, great 1-2 from Quigley to close that round. And another solid round, Jay. I know you said about getting back to your basics. Want to get some jabs off. But for you, who wins that round, mate?
It's very scrappy. It's hard to judge.
Scrappy,
It's very scrappy, like you say. No one's really, like I say, no one's hitting a 1-2. No one's like hitting a nice jab, working the body. Like I say, if you use your jab, you can work off your jab. You can go to your body shots, uppercuts, come in with your hooks. It's very scrappy. It's the single. They're looking for single power shots, and when they miss, it looks a bit scrappy. Mosley's come in with a couple. They're like half jab, half hook shots. They're not really straight jabs. They're coming in at an angle. It's a very scrappy. Is that scrappy? I probably would call that another even round, Joe. Sorry to be boring.
You're going another even round.
I'm not
You love
really
an even round, Jay. You love an even round, mate.
Because the even rounds are there, Joe. Because I think it's too easy. That you hear the stories now. It's what you prefer. Well, they're not in the rules of boxing or what you prefer. It's scoring shots. It's not. You can have an aggressive fighter. That doesn't necessarily mean you win the fight because you like an aggressive fighter. So I don't like that mentality. It's what you prefer, because when you get like that, it clouds people's opinions when it does come to scoring, because someone can just say, oh, well, I like the guy coming forward. He might have landed 30% less punches, but I like what he done. And to me, that's not how you win a fight. You win a fight by punching someone and not being punched back. So I'll go on that sort of. That's how I do my scoring. And in that last round and the last couple of rounds,
great body shot landed by Mosley. Sorry, Jay.
No, that's all right. They've both been scrappy. I've not really liked their basic boxing skills. It's been wild hooks, and if they connect, they connect. So yeah, I'll give it I'll give it 2 even. No one's took it by the scruff of the neck, Joe. Who would you have say stood out and gone, oh, they won that round for me? No one's really come up
good
with a
jab
big
landing there.
haymaker.
Good. Now we're getting more jab work. Nice stiff jabs coming out from Mosley Jr. Just adopting that Philly shell defensive style there, which just changed it up, coming into the inside. I think Quigley lands a little body shot, but then they got kind of stuck in a rut there. Now, once again, Mosley trying to move slightly slick, and then Quigley coming out with the feint. Two interesting styles. Edging forward from Mosley. Edging forward quite traditionally, but then you see Quigley trying to come forward with the feint, and they're just there 1-2, but it was scrappy again, and just nice little head movement, just moving out of the way from Mosley Jr., which I quite like that. And they're just coming in with a looping left hand, then lands a jab. I really like that work.
Mosley.
Wow. Yeah,
Mosley's been hurt there. Yeah, well, I don't know what happened.
Definitely been hurt. Has he gone down? Is it a low blow? He's calling for low blow.
Is it? Well, I have to see that again. I thought I don't know. Is it? It's hard to see a clean shot where it's scrappy. So you got to see this again on the replay. Here we go. Oh, it was a low blow.
The clock's been stopped. It was a low blow.
Yeah, Quigley. It was scrappy again. Quigley went down with his head, and he was just winging punches like Scrappy do, and it won at him in the southern areas, shall we say.
Good body shot coming in there from Mosley, coming straight back out. But then Quigley, in all fairness, does land a nice stiff jab, but then countered by a follow-up jab from Mosley Jr. They're evenly matched boxers, certainly.
Joe, I think with Quigley as well, you can see that he hasn't really adapted much from the amateurs to the pros.
Okay. You still think he got the amateur style?
Well, a lot of amateurs don't really throw body shots because they're not scoring shots in the amateurs.
Yeah, it's very rare the thing, but they are deemed as scoring. But
so I would like you can see with the way that they fight is kind of in the pros you can build yourself up, get the momentum and going. Obviously in the pros it's scoring shots, isn't it, all the time? And sometimes you see with a lot of amateurs when they take a clean shot, their first reaction is to swing back because they want to get that point back, or that's generally the scoring system in the amateurs. So you see that sometimes here with Quigley, he takes a shot, he swings straight back. He's not composed himself to think, let's take 10 seconds, work with a jab, work with a good hook or something. It's straight away, load back. And Amir Khan used to do it quite a lot when he got hurt. Straight away, he's coming back with a big shot because that's just what it is in the amateurs. You see it quite a lot. So it's finding that difference. Obviously, Haney was a great amateur. He's a lot more composed. We'll see that tonight. But I feel sometimes with the amateurs, compared to maybe some of the white-collar ones or unlicensed boxers, sometimes they find it difficult. And over a shorter period of time as well, you see they're only good for 1 to 4 rounds. So yeah, I'd like to see a bit more from Quigley. That's all I'm saying. I'd like to see a bit more into his game. He's had quite a lot of professional fights now. Look again, start of this round, they just
quick, Jay. How did you judge round 3?
I don't know. It's hard. It's a very hard fight to score this, Joe.
It's a hard fight.
I would like to see the punches landed score. That'd be great if they had that on the screen in a minute. But I can't see anyone winning these rounds clearly, Joe. I honestly
for my
can't
money,
see
I think round 3 was. I like Mosley. I must admit,
Mosley's doing a bit of body work, working with the jab a lot better.
Yeah. Start of round 4, Quigley versus Mosley Jr. Obviously, big night of boxing, headlined by Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. Smash that like button, subscribe to Pep Talk UK, and get your comments and views in. We got Umar Razak says, "Hey guys, great show. Have you met Michelle Joy Phelps before?" I don't know about you, Jay. I have purely as a fan. Before I done anything like this, I saw her, and I just said hello, just being polite. But yeah, no, definitely. So does great work. Does great work for behind the gloves.
Yeah, she does great in what she does. Like you say, Joe, I've obviously know who Michelle is through watching her videos, but I've never ever seen her or come across her. just admired her from afar with the great work she does. So, yeah, yeah.
Cool. We're just past halfway through round 4. And again, it's been a close affair. Quigley just sticking out a double jab, followed up by a double jab from Mosley Jr. But Quigley misses big there with a left hand and then gets countered. But now some nice jabbing going on from Quigley there. They're moving around. You kind of think that when these jabs are coming forward, you kind of want them to be followed up with something. And that's why they just got to try and find a little way in. Because when they get up and tight and close, it comes a bit scrappy, holding on, and then which leads the ref to call break. And it's an interesting fight. I must admit, Les, just see Quigley going in for a body shot. It doesn't land clean, but he kind of sticks that jab out. But is it meant with a lot of intensity? That's what I'm. I'm not sure. That's the thing. It ain't like a stiff, sharp jab, which is caused to at the end of the day hurt someone. But good right hand coming on the inside from Shane Mosley Jr. Both making each other miss there. Good upper body movement from both fighters at the end of round 4, and another close round, Jay.
Yeah, I'd give that one to Quigley. I'd go round 3. I'll give to Mosley.
Okay.
I'll give round 4 to Quigley. Yeah, I think 1 apiece at the moment. Look, you can have 12 or 10 rounds of draws, Joe. That is there. Do you know what I mean? You can either win, lose, or draw a round. So I know you said I had a couple of draws. Every round could be a drawn round if it's a close fight. There's no. You could have that. So, but this is a very scrappy fight.
Many judges don't like giving draws, though. Many judges don't like.
When you're getting a bung, Joe, you can't really give draws. I'm here as a neutral, so I'm not taking no bungs. I'm saying it as I see it. Yeah, it's hard to. The thing is, that's what I'm saying, Joe. It's mentality. It's what you got to give what you like. That's not what boxing is. If it's an even round, it's an even round. If both guys landed similar set of punches, it's a scrappy fight. These are the fights that I find hard for the judges, but you'll probably get something controversial where it might be they could give Quigley 8 rounds, or they could go the other way. They give Mosley 8 rounds or something. But it's so scrappy. Like I said to you, the first 2 rounds, name someone who really stole the first 2 rounds. No one really. So I think it's fair. They're probably the best times to give even rounds, Joe, because both men are fresh. They normally size each other up. You don't really get much action. So, yeah. But look, it's 1-1 at the moment after 4. To be fair, it's not a great fight, Joe. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really enjoying it in the sense of there's a big shot there by Mosley coming in. I'm not enjoying the boxing skills. Mosley's very flat-footed.
Big shot from Mosley. Interesting.
He's stiff. He's right there. He's there, but he's got some good left hooks. He's got good power, but he's there. Look, if you could pick him off with a triple jab, go down to the body, move out, that would look better for Quigley because he stood there. Mosley's not going anywhere. He's in the one spot. So maybe throw a double jab off. Big left hook by Quigley, returned by Mosley. But yeah, it's just single big shots coming in here.
Yeah. That was a lovely left hook from Quigley, and then Quigley tucks in another body shot, and now they're kind of throwing each other at close range, which would certainly spice up the fight. And I think Mosley trying to just stay behind the jab. That's where he's finding the most success. Look, just see a double jab, bit of right hand there, straight down the middle, and that's where he is gaining the most success. And that is point scoring shots. They are.
Yeah, no, 100%, Joe. You're correct on that one. It's a difficult fight to I don't know, not watch, but I'll say analyse both guys. You're seeing a lot of errors. It's difficult when you see a lot of errors in 2 fighters that are going on. It's just so difficult to keep up with. It's so difficult to score, so scrappy. No one's really taking the lead, like taking control, saying someone's overtaking the fight at the moment. Yeah, it's whatever guy now I think can muster getting the more better shots off, because the way they're going at it, it's like a shootout really. Like when they're getting close, one's going with a big hook, the other one's coming with a big hook. Mosley looks good when he uses his jab, like you said earlier in the fight, Joe. He looks good when he uses his jab.
When Quigley sticks out the right hand, then that's clearly his big shot. We spoke about quite a high knockout percentage. And yeah, when he throws that right hand and that right hand land, he looks quite good. Look, we just see him smile at Mosley Jr. So it's just for about finding a way in. That's what I feel, and that's good there, coming in close, gloves to gloves, and Quigley sticking in a body shot, which right in. Oh look, nice jab just at the end of the 5th round, and yeah. It's not edging one way at the minute, Jay. It's not all one-way traffic at all. We're just seeing Chantel Cameron versus Melissa Hernandez in the changing rooms. Cameron getting gloved up. Hernandez looks incredibly in good form, incredibly relaxed, like she just looks happy to be there. And very small dressing rooms, Jay.
Yeah, well, I've heard some of the dirty tactics that Josh Taylor had last week. Did you hear about that?
We saw that. We saw that. Yeah.
The Brits probably ain't being treated too great there, and that was a very tiny changing room there that Chantel was in. But Jamie Moore's in there, great coach, great ex-fighter. Used to love watching Jamie Moore. Love watching him now as a coach.
Of course.
The last round, I'm going to give Quigley just to throw it out there because I feel a bit under pressure. To throw a few more draw rounds out there. The main man, Mr. Pugh, a.k.a. Mark Noble, the skipper, he's saying, you're going too much with the draws. So I'd give it Quigley if I was being pushed. In the main event, Joe, I will stick to my guns. But for this one...
No, stick to your guns, mate. Oh, here we go. We've got Chris Mannix's scorecard here. He's got it 48-47 to Mosley Jr. So he's got it close. He's got it close. It didn't look like he gave 2 consecutive rounds one way. It looked just a 10-9, give a round to one, round to the other.
Oh, big right by Quigley there. But the thing is, Joe, a scrappy fight like this, I wouldn't argue with anyone's scorecard.
Of course.
If someone said this is one of these fights Quigley. Where, yeah, Quigley style. If anyone said, look, I've got Mosley 2 or 3 rounds up, I wouldn't argue. If they said I got Quigley 2 or 3 rounds, I wouldn't really argue. But for me, it's been a boring, scrappy fight. Nothing really separated
from Quigley, though, in the first minute of the 6th round. I think that's been the best period. Yeah, it's been the best period. And you know what we said about like bad intentions with that jab? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He starting to get a bit of weight behind it, starting to try get a bit of power behind it, moving about. Which I like what I'm seeing here from Quigley in the first half of round 6 of 10. Oh,
Mosley
good body shot as well.
Even though his dad's a 3-weight world champion, or 3-time world champion, whatever way you want to put it, he doesn't look the natural boxer out of the two. He looks like someone that's come into boxing, and then because I don't know what his amateur game is, but out of the 2 fighters with their styles, Quigley looks more of the relaxed, natural fighter. Mosley looks very stiff.
Good body shot coming in from Mosley Jr. there.
Not much footwork.
It's not. Yeah, he's quite flat.
He looks raw.
I'm seeing
raw would be the best way.
It's for me. I'm really intrigued when they get at close range, though, because that's when they start shoot out, and it looks to me that Quigley, when they come in close, he's finding it hard to evade the punches, especially the body shots. But they're 1-2 coming in from Quigley. That's coming in and out of close range, which is where I think
right hand
Quigley
by
will
Quigley.
find success. Yes, wow, yeah, much better round from Quigley. This is.
Yeah.
Or probably, yeah, definitely follows the big right arm up with a nice 1-2 as well, but then sticking his jab out. Really impressed, really impressed. And I think this is probably the most clear-cut round, Jay.
I'd have to agree there. This is what you wanted to see from the first round from Quigley. Might have took him a few rounds. Like I say, I don't know what's going on with the black eye. I never saw the black eye yesterday in the weigh-in. Maybe something's happened to him, something's fell on his eye, or something's happened with his eye. It might have took him a few rounds to get going. There's numerous things that could factor into it, but what you saw then in the last round from Quigley, you wanted to see in the first round. Mosley, like you say, when he uses his jab, very good. Looks like he's got a bit of pop in his shots. I feel like he doesn't move his head quick enough. He comes in with his chin out when he does throw up close. but Quigley, it looks like he's figured out maybe the rhythm of Mosley Jr. here, because he looks very awkward to fight against, because he doesn't seem conventional.
A bit
Mosley
one-dimensional
Jr.
though, Jay? Would you
He
say a bit one-dimensional?
Oh, he's one-dimensional, but he just reminds me of a very raw fighter. Not not saying he's got no ability. What I'm saying is the fundamentals ain't really there. More of like a street fighter coming into a boxer type. Maybe Conor Benn in his first 10 fights. That sort of type of fighter. You've seen in the last development of Conor in the last 18 months where he settled more, better boxing skills. He was very raw when he was first coming through. Seems like that with Mosley a little bit. He just seems a bit raw. But like you say, when he does land a jab or a good body shot, you can see he's got something there about him. It must be difficult being a son of a legend in the same sort of field.
Of course, as we're seeing it with Campbell Hatton coming up now, obviously under enormous pressure just from that pro debut on the undercard of Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin 2 in Gibraltar, where the amount of press was sensational. And how much pressure would you be under?
Exactly, and obviously Mosley in America, he's had a couple of losses, so I'm not too sure. You can just see now in these later rounds that Quigley's the better boxer, probably with a better amateur pedigree. He's looking a bit more calm. Look, you see he's on the back foot a little bit here. He's managing the rounds well, as they say. Coming with a nice uppercut there. Yeah, look, Quigley looks a bit more relaxed here. I'm liking what I'm seeing now.
Good
from
uppercut,
Quigley. I'm liking
turning him, got him on in the corner, and now trying to unload. And what I think is at the start where the exchanging jabs, both fighters there in round 7. I think at the start where Shane Mosley was kind of where his awkwardness was preventing Quigley to perform his game. But I think where he's worked now to just don't matter being on the back foot, kind of just step to that left a little bit, then step inside his shots to land his jabs, then come in with a 1-2 and then move. And then we just see it there. That was lovely. He moved round the ring, avoiding Mosley's jab, then tucks in a body shot. And that's what we're talking about. Nice point scoring shots. Clean work from Quigley.
Yeah, it's lovely stuff here. This is what I wanted to see in the first round from Quigley. Look, he's dancing around the ring. He's in and out. Look,
he gets
he's
caught there, though.
In and out. If you see now, Jay just missed the jab from Mosley. Got in and quick, really fast, good head work.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's big.
Oh,
big
he's been rocked there by Mosley.
Wow. Oh, wow, yeah. Jesus. He's come on strong there, just stumbling. Was that his feet? Was that? It looked to me that he got his feet tangled there, which probably enhanced it and kind of does worry a fighter, which led him to come back onto the ropes. But he's composed himself well. I'd like to see that again, because for me it looked like he just might have got his feet tangled there, because I didn't see any like big shots landing, but a good left hand. Oh, now coming in from the body as well. Oh, wow, big shots from Quigley to close off the. What is that? The 7th round, Jay?
Yeah, I'll give that one the Quigley.
Yeah.
Free on the bounce there
nice
for Quigley.
Smile there. Quigley loves it. 3 on the bounce. No, you've got 4 on the bounce for Quigley.
I'll give round 3 to Mosley. Round 4 to Quigley. Round 5 to Quigley. Round 7 to Quigley.
Yeah. Okay.
And what was this round we just done? Are we on round? Was that round 8? Was it, or round 7?
Round 7. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 10, 10, 10, 10.
Mosley, round
9,
3.
10. Yeah, Mosley, Quigley. So we've got 3 rounds to Quigley.
Yeah, you've seen then he's slowly running away with it now. I think Quigley. Last couple of rounds, you've seen
first 5 rounds were incredibly close, though.
Yeah, it was just scrappy, Joe. It wasn't like it was both guys using boxing skills and that. It was just. Well, like you say, I think the style of Mosley Jr. was not letting Quigley settle very well. But Quigley's coming at it. But at the end of that round, it was a bit of a shootout. So hopefully we see a bit more from Mosley Jr. and we see maybe a good knockout. We all like to see a knockout. And we're going to see a good end to this fight. So, yeah, the fight's ending better than it started. So we can't ask for much better than that.
Definitely. And guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Smash that like button, Pep Talk UK, and let us know what you think of the main event tonight. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares for the WBC Lightweight title. Good double jab. Making him miss there. That's good work from Quigley. Starts the 8th round where he finished off in the 6th and the 7th.
Yeah, some good jabs in this round, Joe.
Yeah.
Bit slower than the last round, but big right hand from Mosley there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it snaps his head back as well, doesn't it? Snaps his head back. But what I like about Quigley there is, and what I like from both fighters have landed big shots, but both fighters have remained composed, which is one thing that I enjoy. PJ says who's winning, and well, on Jay's scorecard, the man with the scorecards, he's got it 3 rounds to Jason Quigley. We're now in the 8th round. That's 8 of 10.
But if anyone else has got it differently, I would not argue. Me and Joe have stated it's been a scrappy fight, but
first 5 rounds were incredibly close. Oh, good left hand landing by Quigley.
Good round by Mosley as well here. He's not getting
back
overrun.
To the jab. Back to stay in there. Back to the jab, and we see there he does a straight left hand to the body. Oh yes.
Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, wow. Ref stops it there. I don't know exactly what happened there. Bit of an odd scenario, like earlier on with the low blow. Slightly confusing there. And
like I say, Joe, you can win a fight with a jab. We've seen it done before. Klitschko was a veteran in it. Jab and grab. It wasn't very pretty on the eye, but it was very effective. That's good, solid foundations of the basic work. We've seen Joe Joyce with Daniel Dubois. For most of that fight, he was just jabbing him, peppering him with a jab for the whole fight. Ended it with a jab. So the jab can be the most effective weapon if you use it. Yeah, if you use it in the correct way, because it's not just the shot itself, it's what you can work off it.
Yeah, and I'm a big advocate of one of the most effective fight styles is jab, grab, body shot. Because literally, we've got jab and grab, and then as soon as you stick that body in, so like stick a big right hand to the body as you come in as you're holding, that takes a lot out of the fighter. It takes a hell of a lot out of the fighter.
My favourite combination, Joe, is the solid double jab uppercut. If you watched Fight Zone last night, people, Cash Ali put on a great performance to win the IBF European heavyweight title. He used it classic, the jab and the uppercut. He was landing the uppercut all night. The jab was beautiful. Best performance I've seen from Cash Ali yet. But if you want to see some great jab work and some great uppercuts, go back to last night, Cash Ali winning the IBF European title. So that's what I like. I like that sort of style. And it must be the comebacks of the uppercuts. It's uppercut season at the moment, Joe.
Yeah, it is.
We've seen it with Billy Joe Saunders, with Canelo. We saw Josh Taylor last week. I was calling it all last week during the watchalong. Hit that uppercut.
Oh, wow.
The uppercut is coming back, and it's always been there. People will say, what you mean it's coming back? What I'm saying is it's being used in a really effective way at the moment. We're seeing some great scoring shots with it.
Yeah, look, PJ says the jab opens the door, most important shot in boxing. And just as we're heading into round 9, Jay, who did you give round 8 to?
I gave the last round. I gave it to Quigley. Sorry, I'm seeing a bit of a slugfest going on here at the moment.
Yeah, of course.
They're going
big action,
they're going toe to toe.
Heavy shots landing. And we just see a couple of steps back, which was very telling from Shane Mosley Jr. there, because obviously they were big shots landing from both guys. But a great straight right hand from Mosley coming down, landing on the chin of Quigley. But Quigley comes back with a 1-2 that lands flush on Mosley now. So it's important for, I think, both fighters, whilst we love this ultra attacking styles here in the first minute of round 9, I think it's important to get your fence back on. Get use your defense. Oh,
the fight's got better as it's gone on, which I'm happy with. A big right hand by Quigley in there, but yeah, the fight's. I would like maybe to go 12 rounds.
Yeah, that would be interesting, because we see obviously I think rounds 6 and 7 were big for Quigley. But now, definitely 8 and 9, Mosley's been coming into it a bit more. But yeah, Quigley still getting the better of the shots, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the cleaner work's coming from Quigley now. Mosley's coming back with the odd jab or the odd haymaker, but it's just single shots that are landing.
Good straight right hands from Mosley, which, as I said very early on in the fight, if he uses that, he's looking for more fight. But if he finds them, that's where he'll have the most success. Popping that jab off, slowing the pace down, because it's very strange because what I think he done well was slowing the pace down, but yet his hand speed's he's got pretty good hand speed. He's got pretty fast hand speed.
This might sound a bit controversial, but the way he fights, he reminds me of Wilder. He does it. He's not got good look. Not in the sense of people go like what knockouts. I'm not on about knockouts. Let's not be stupid. Let's just break it down. What I'm talking about is his footwork. Watch his footwork. It just reminds me of it. It's very flat-footed. There's not much going on there. Limited head movement, and then it's just the big shots. It's just.
I like the jab to the body though from Mosley, which is different to Wilder.
Yeah, mate, I have seen Wilder jab to the body. Wilder does occasionally jab to the body, but it's just what I'm saying is it just seems limited in what he's doing.
Yeah, body shots coming in from Mosley.
It's very raw.
Answered by a left hook from Quigley. They finished the round as they opened it, coming in the middle of the ring, meeting in the middle and throwing some big shots. Round 9 there, Jay. Up there for round of the fight, I think that was.
Yeah, I'd have that one. That's an even one for me. It was a bit closer. The closest one.
Going back to the evens, mate. But even for different reasons, though.
Yeah, I thought Mosley had more effective shots then, more landing shots. Like you said, it was a more even round. Yeah, I thought it was an even round. I didn't really see Quigley dominating like he did in the last couple of rounds. I know I was saying about the style of Mosley, but Mosley then the shots he was landing, he was getting points for. So look, it's difficult. The thing is, with Mosley, you can see there could be something there, and you're waiting for something to happen. If he loses this, a fourth loss, where would you see him going, Joe?
It's a good question. So, yeah, it is a good question, but I think it'll be one of them people that the name will always be there. So maybe you chuck him with an exciting prospect, give him the opportunity there. But look, final round, I reckon we're going to see a really interesting round there. First 20 seconds, some big shots been landed. Great 1-2 from Jason Quigley. Really effective that. But he showed vulnerabilities. He showed vulnerabilities, and it reminds me, just coming in there, the way he comes in from mid to close range reminds me a bit of Ted Cheeseman over the past couple of years before he's been a bit more calculated. Remember when Ted Cheeseman was very raw? He was very raw fighter, and he was coming in a bit gun ho. But look at that. Good, solid 1-2 pushing on the back. And just Ted Cheeseman, by the way, one of my favourite British fighters. Every fighter's in, I absolutely love and enjoy.
Value for money. That's Sam Egan. Value for money. Great fight.
And another really improved fighter.
Really.
For my money, really improved. Since the Sergio Garcia fight in, I think that was early February of 2019, he's improved so much. Oh, wow. Oh, big shots coming in from Mosley Jr. there at close range. That's what I mean. He doesn't use that upper body movement. Quigley doesn't. I don't know whether that's just exhaustion. Obviously, round 10 of 10. 10 hardly fought rounds. Hard fought, especially past round 3. It become a bit more of an exciting fight after a close, edgy start. Just see Isaac Arellano says what time the fight. We've got Chantel Cameron after this fight, and that's obviously 10-2s. It's a female world championship fight. Oh wow, Mosley coming on strong here.
I'd say within the hour the ring walks would be happening.
Yeah, I'd say around an hour time. Yeah, around an hour ring walk. Yeah,
you've probably got about 10-15 minutes till the next fight starts, and then that's going to be about half an hour.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, it's only 20 minutes of actual boxing, which is always a shame with the females.
I might be controversial, but I'm going to give
big body
Mosley
shot
this round, I think, Joe.
Yeah, unless something big happens there, I don't think that's controversial at all, mate. I think Quigley's defence has gone out the window in this last round.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's done enough on the scorecards and he's just trying to see it out.
Quite bizarre. Yeah. Oh, but big. Big right hand lands for Quigley. But then 1-2 snapping shots. Jesus Christ,
wow.
this is edge of the seat stuff. Look, they're smiling at each other, urging to come on.
Look.
1-2, big shots landing on the chin. He said, come on, and that's what you love to see, a hug after a really, really entertaining last round. And in parts, a really good fight. Obviously, first 5 rounds, it weren't the greatest of starts, but that really picked up towards the end, Jay.
It was a fight of 2 halves, really, as they say, wouldn't it? The second half of the fight was better than the first half. Look, I'll give him a little clap at the end there. The way that them two ended that fight, that's how you want to see a fight ended.
Yeah,
they just bit down on the gum shields and went for it. Regardless of what the scores could have been, they just went, we're going to go for this. So credit to both gentlemen. Mosley, first time I've really seen him. Obviously, I know who he is. I've seen some of his highlights before, but it's the first time I've actually sat there and studied him. Room to work on for him. He looks very raw, but he's got a good heart, and he's got some good stuff to work with. So hopefully he comes back. If he loses, it's his 4th loss. If he wins, it's a good name up with Quigley. But look at that. It's a close fight. You've seen they both landed 15 punches in it. Not really much in the punches landed there, Joe. So I wouldn't be. Look at the power punches. Quigley 94, Mosley 96. It's it's a close fight. So look, I wouldn't be surprised here if you see a Mosley win. But me personally, I think Quigley won that by a couple of rounds. So, but yeah, it was a great end to the fight. So,
of course, and you on your scorecard, Jay, you had it 98-95. Quigley, I think, just tied that
3
up,
rounds
mate.
then.
Yeah, 3 rounds. We've got obviously the 2 even rounds at the start for you. Then we had a Mosley round there. Then we had a Quigley round, followed by we had 5 Quigley rounds in succession, followed by an even round and a Mosley round to finish off. Yeah, but I think that mid part, I think it was rounds 5, 6, 7, and probably 8. Were big for Jason Quigley, in our opinion, as we went through the fight.
Yeah, I totally agree, Joe. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the American judges, I'm not sure who's actually judging it, went with Mosley. To be fair, I'm a bit disappointed. The stadium's like half empty. I swear Eddie Hearn said this was sold out. Like,
no, sold out to the capacity. Still socially distanced.
Is it not full house yet then?
No, not allow full house in Vegas yet.
Oh, okay.
From what it said, no.
I was just there looking at it thinking there's 2 fights till the main event and like this.
I'm sure we'll see it pick up a bit.
95 even. One judge has give it.
Well, cool. You're a couple of seconds ahead. So we've got 95 even.
97, 93.
To who?
Not yet said. And 96 to 94.
To your winner.
Jason Quigley's just nicked it.
Yeah, Jason Quigley by even on one scorecard and by a few rounds on the other 2. Yeah, and look, Nick Harmer says no. Yeah, definitely, mate. Good scoring as ever, mate. Nick Harmer, big up the panel and the chat. Big shout out to you as well, Nick Harmer. Always on the lives, much appreciated. Always a fan of everyone who supports the channel, because without the fans we wouldn't be doing this. So smash the like button on your way in. Thank you very much, Nick Harman. A bit of information there. 5,000 allowed in the crowd. I thought it was about 4,000 or 5,000, because I think they started off 1,000 and kept on pushing it because it kept on getting sold out. The tickets being released kept on selling out. And look, PJ says,
I thought where the other fights were sold out, Joe, and then I looked there and I thought, something gone on here? Is it we're missing something tonight? But no, thanks for that information, Nick. That's much appreciated.
Yeah, and PJ says brilliant. The Ireland flag. Yeah, Quigley flying the flag for Ireland, and that was a. It was a minor WBO title, was it? Was it minor North American Boxing Association? Was that what it was? I'm not entirely
WBO
sure.
International, wasn't it? I think it was.
It was certainly a WBO title. I'll have a quick look now.
So it's Quigley. Would you like to see some Quigley in with the likes of Chris Eubank Jr.?
At this stage, I still think he needs maybe 1 or 2 fights before he steps in there with someone like Chris Eubank Jr. But let us know in the comments. I don't know what you think, Jay. Just having a look. No, that was for the WBO NABO title. I think that NABO, North American Boxing Association. I'm pretty sure.
Quigley got an American citizenship or something? Then is that why you can fight for these American titles?
I don't know. I don't know, mate. I don't know how it works out there.
Anyone in the comments in there knows?
He turned pro with out in the States, I'm pretty sure, with Golden Boy. So
yeah,
I think all of his fights, or certainly from the start, not from the start, certainly from early days. Yeah, look, from the start, his first fight. I'm just looking on BoxRec here, but I'm just going to have a little look in the rankings. Who I'd like to see him fight, and throw a couple of potential fights at you, Jay.
Yeah, no, that sounds brilliant, Joe. No, that sounds great.
Very close in the rankings. Could we see a little battle of Ireland? We could have Luke Keeler. Could we with a little battle of Ireland? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I think Quigley wins that quite easily, but it's a competitive fight there.
Sam Eggington obviously got a good win last weekend on Channel 5. I think that'd be a good fight. Especially, we see Quigley's defence was sometimes leaky. That if Quigley fights how he did in the last 4 or 5 rounds, like he did tonight, then that'd be a really entertaining fight with Eggington.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Then I think that's a great fight. I think that would be a great fight. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, just carry on looking there. Just looking around probably on BoxRec the 12 to 20 mark for the middleweight rankings. I think that'd be fair to say. Heading into the fight today, he was ranked on BoxRec 28. So, yeah, if he gets a win against someone like Eggington, then maybe move up to someone like. So maybe if you were sticking down the British route, maybe even Felix Cash. It gets Felix. If he beats them two, then yeah, lovely. Maybe someone like a Sulecki before, or even we've seen not to be written off, Erislandy Lara. That'd be a good fight. Emzo2B said, when's the next fight on? It'll probably be about 10-15 minutes, I'm assuming, before Chantel Cameron versus Hernandez. Quigley versus Cheeseman will pop, Nick Harmer says. Obviously, Cheeseman is contesting at light middle at the minute, but if he was to move up, I'd certainly be up for that, wouldn't you? Quigley versus Cheeseman.
I think if Fowler moved up, that'd be a great fight as well.
Yeah, I'm just seeing, was his fight? Yeah, I'm just making sure Eggington's fight last weekend wasn't middleweight. That was for the WBC silver middleweight title. That was on the Channel 5 card. They had quite a few names on that last weekend, didn't they? They had Idris Virgo. They had the return of Shakam Pitters. They had River Wilson Bent. They had Tommy Welch. They had Michael Hennessy Jr. So, yeah, that was a good, solid little card that Mick Hennessy put on there. And PJ says Quigley was a brilliant lad boxing for Ireland. Think he lacks the power to trouble top pro level boxer. And I think that goes back to what we were saying about the furiosity and the intentions of his jabs and the setup shots, Jay.
Yeah, no, PJ, great comment there. Quigley was a great amateur. He's great for Ireland. I totally agree with that. The power is true, but if you work off the jab, like I say, timing can work as your power. So it's not always about the one-punch power. It's about the timing. I think if Quigley worked more of his jab, worked the body a lot more, used his shot variation a lot better, he may get a few more stoppages. But no, I do agree with you. It doesn't look like he's got that pop where he can hit you with a one-punch knockout. But if he works on some of his game a little bit more, I think that he could stop people with, like you say, with the timing. So, yeah, that was a great comment there, PJ. The next fight, like Joe said, should be about 10 minutes away. I don't know if you want to throw some stuff out to the viewers, Joe, while we're waiting in between. Obviously, you've got some big plans coming up soon for the channel, ideas for the viewers to get involved with too. So we could easily talk about that now while we've got a gap before the next fight. So we've got ideas for the channel. So
definitely, guys, and obviously working to build the channel. All of the team at Pep Talk, the Pep Talk boys are always looking to improve the channel, and as I think in a 2 weeks' time, we're going to set up a set show, because obviously we jump on the lives 2, 3, 4 times a week, depending on the watch-alongs, depending on the breaking news, depending on whatever the topics are. But I think we discussed that we're gonna set out a weekly live, definitely, which we've discussed. Jay, we've discussed with the whole team at Pep Talk, and we're going to set out a day. We're going to get out to you, and going to be we're going to do a stack show every week, as well as your breaking news shows, which are a little additional bit. And the other thing, we want to do we want to put out some content on the new boxing game, Esports Boxing Club. Let us know what you think of that game. Anyone in the comments, any gamers, anyone who just like, I don't know about you, Jay, but I'm not a gamer. I must admit, I'm not a gamer. What I've said to you, I stick on the odd game of FIFA if I'm really bored. But I am so excited for Esports Boxing Club. Just looking at the roster, what a fight, what a game that's going to be.
Yeah, Joe, like you say, we're looking to bring out a lot more content to the channel. Obviously, the new boxing game, Esports Boxing Club. The game looks absolutely unbelievable. Like you say, I'm just really a FIFA guy. Throw on UFC 4 now and again if I'm feeling like I need a fight or something. I'll throw that on there. But this game is going to be immense. All us boxing fans who grew up with the Fight Night games, even then we were screaming for more. We wanted more with the roster, more with the gameplay, more with everything. And this is every boxing fan's dream, this game, from all ages, from young to old. I think it's going to smash. I think it's going to be absolutely huge. We saw the name Canelo being announced. You've got legends on there, British level fighters, European level fighters. Look, even the boxers, I will say, are that big
pumped,
behind it.
Like buzzing,
they're pumped. You want to be in this game.
We've got promoters. We've got so many people on the game. Esports
Todd
Boxing
Grimshaw,
Club,
who's on DAZN tonight, he's in on the game. Who's on DAZN. You've got so much, like Joe said, and the roster is unbelievable. Not just the roster though, the gameplay. The gameplay looks unbelievable.
Obviously, we've only seen it. We haven't had the chance to play it, but from what we've seen, Jay, come on, this could be something special here.
Could be something special, and like me and Joe said, we want to look at talking about it. Maybe do a show, review the viewers, get your opinions on there. Maybe speak to the people behind the game. We're trying all avenues to try and see what we can bring the content to you guys. And maybe in the future, when the game comes out, we might be looking at doing some content, bringing it to you guys. When the game comes out, we were looking at maybe doing some tournaments, get the viewers involved.
Definitely.
See if we can get anyone in from the boxing world involved, do big tournaments. And it's massive for boxing. Look, UFC's got a big game. FIFA, of course, football's a massive game every year.
FIFA's the biggest game in. I don't know, obviously, factually, but I would think that FIFA's got to be the biggest game in the world. Surely.
Exactly. And we want to build it. Look at all the young children that are going to play this game, Joe, for these fighters to be involved with these games.
And that's why I think it's important for like young fighters such as Devin Haney, these young fighters. I'm just trying to think who someone like a Jaron Ennis, someone like a Virgil Ortiz, someone like a Conor Benn who is in the game, to be in this game, because with them, with their style, their charisma, they're the future of boxing. So if they can carry on and they can be played by everyone, because I think this game will be played by a big range of ages. Look, me and you was talking about the fights we want to do. I know I'm dead set on it. We've got like, what game has a Toragatti and Mickey Ward in it, and you wouldn't want to do that fight? Literally,
Yeah.
I've said it on the channel before. It's my favourite fight of all time. First fight between Ettore Gatti and Mickey Ward, probably a major
Andre
part
Ward
in
versus
me.
Canelo, you can have that fight.
Yes,
We were
please.
saying it earlier.
Yes, please.
Dream
I want to
fights,
get
dream fights,
Nigel
dream
Benn.
tournament.
Nigel Benn's in the game. One of
Nigel
my favourites.
Conor
Ricky
Benn's
Hatton's
in the game.
Yeah,
You've got people like Dalton Smith in the game, a great prospect
fantastic
from
to
the UK, one of
see.
my favourite
Sonny
fighters.
Edwards.
Yeah, and it's got the
Fantastic.
world titles in it as well, Joe. As we've seen, the
got
WBO's now been introduced. Yeah,
WBO, that was in the latest announcement, and the IBF, I'm pretty sure, and we've
Ring
got
magazine
the Ring
title.
magazine. Yeah, oh wow. Just talking
It's
about it
gonna
now,
be
getting me so
just crazy.
excited for it.
And
Yeah,
like you, we want the viewers to get involved. We want all your comments. We want to see what your thoughts are on the game, how excited you are. Obviously, when it gets closer, we'll look at maybe setting up a Twitch account or doing something where we can do the content, where we're going to do tournaments. Obviously, we'll post it on all our socials. But look, we want to build it up for when the game gets there. We can do something special with it, because look, you get all the football players. When you're a young football player, your dream's to become professional, but also you want to be on FIFA. Let's get it right. You want to you want your own person created, and this is a great opportunity for these fighters. The women roster on their new game is unreal.
Oh, how have we not spoken about it?
You can, exactly, and I'm looking forward to in a women's tournament, doing best out of 5 matches with Joe. We're going to get obviously Pro B, Shaz, if they're going to get involved, the viewers, any fighters. If you're watching this, anyone in the boxing world, hit us up. We're looking to bring it to you at the end of the year when the game comes out. But until then, we want to talk about the game, build it up as big as we can, get the content out there. Like Joe said, we're going to look to do a weekly show, a podcast show, you call it, or whatever. We're going to test run it either on a Sunday or a Monday. We're going to do segments. We're going to bring in new stuff. Joe's got loads of great ideas.
As of you, Jay, as of you.
Yeah, we've got Fight Zone out there. We're going to try and get some fighters on from Fight Zone, promote Fight Zone, get the UK.
We need to
public behind
get
that in the
UK
world,
boxing scene thriving. Obviously, has it been the small hall shows, Jay, in 18 months now, which is gutting. Probably lost a lot of boxers. A lot of boxers have had to find jobs, which is shame. So now it's back. They've got a great platform in Fight Zone. Only $4.99 a month, is it, Jay?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Fantastic. 50 fight nights a year. Friday night boxing, yes, please. A weekend of boxing.
Show yesterday, Cash Ali, like we said.
Great show.
For the European heavyweight title, won that.
Got the likes of Derek Azaze, Tommy Frank. We had a great fight last week. But just moving on to the present, Jay. Just about to get Chantel Cameron versus Melissa Hernandez, and just looking at my notes now, obviously it's Cameron's first title defense. She won the title last year on the undercard of Boatsi versus Kalic, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was that fight night. I may be wrong. Hernandez is 23-7-3 with 7 knockouts. She's only ever been stopped once, and look at her, she's dancing to the ring. Look. Wow, that's charisma.
She was a character yesterday at the weigh-in, Joe. I saw
she's been a character all week.
Interview. I think the thing is, though, is she just here for the good time? Is she just here to make the numbers up? I'd like to see a competitive fight for Chantel. We spoke about the Katie Taylor fight. You need some good experience fights if you're going to go on the Katie Taylor.
Yeah, and guys, let us know. Do you think Cameron has the potential to be the first ever woman, might I add, to beat Katie Taylor? Just while we're talking about the Chantel Cameron
she needs
fight.
The right fights, though, Joe. You can't just chuck her in there. Look at Katie Taylor's resume. Her last 10 fights have been at a level where she's either unifying or winning world titles or defending it. So it's a different type of animal at the moment. But I do believe Chantel Cameron can be where Katie Taylor is right now. Same as I believe with some other UK fighters. Like we say, the women's roster is unbelievable, not just in the UK, but in the world. I'm a big fan of women's fighting. You've seen that. I do it with the UFC. I do it with the boxing. Women fight. I don't even want to call it women's fighting, Joe.
It's just
females
boxing now.
In boxing, great. And if I don't see one on a card, I'm very disappointed. That's how big it's got now. I personally, I would like to see a whole women's card later in the year, maybe. That would be fantastic.
I'm going to be really honest now, Jay. When Well, women's female boxing first come to my attention, and probably first come to a lot of people's attention in 2012 when it got added to the Olympics, and Nicola Adams won gold along with Katie Taylor, also won gold, as well as Clarissa Shields. 3 weight divisions. They were your 3 gold medalists, 3 fantastic gold medalists. Might I add, 3 fantastic champions.
Yeah,
and we had maybe a 4 year period where it kind of went quiet in between Olympic cycles. There weren't many women turning over to turn like in the pro game. And then after the Olympics in 2016, where we had like the likes of Savannah Marshall coming through, Katie Taylor obviously had a disappointing tournament in Rio 2016. And when Katie Taylor turned pro, I've got to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like I whether it was me being narrow-minded, probably. I was apprehensive about it, not because of the fact that it's female boxing, not because it's women boxing, like nothing to do with that. Just I was really concerned about the depth, and I was really concerned about mismatches, which I still think we do see in some early fights, like more than we see in other fights. Don't get me wrong, journeymen exist for a reason. I admire some journeymen more than I admire world champions. Literally, I love journeymen. There's always a place for them in the sport, and that's we just got to build some up. And as soon as we get the depth, and that's why I'm really enjoying, obviously females that box now, because I don't care who they are, what they do, as long as they're producing good fights. And that is what's happened this year. Some of the best fights over the past 2 years have been female fights. We look at Jonas versus Harper, Jonas versus Taylor, Courtney versus Bridges,
Courtney versus Ball,
Taylor versus Pursoon. We got 2 of them. We got Taylor versus Pursoon. Yeah, Taylor versus Pursoon is probably in my top 15 fights of the last 5 years. I'll be honest, I absolutely loved it. I really, really did love it. And look, Nick Harmer says Ramla Ali done really well tonight. That's another one coming through. As I say, I just had a little nap before the live, and I woke up for the Ali fight. I woke up for Ramla Ali. Yeah, really enjoyed that. She's under the Anthony Joshua management banner 258, and PJ says Katie Taylor all day, can't wait. Any release date? I'm assuming you mean for the Esports Boxing Club. And no, not yet. It's being released on PC first, and then it'll be releasing on console around winter time. So hopefully we get that pre-Christmas date, and then that'll be every boxing fan's Christmas present sorted. And I think it will bring a whole new generation to the sport, and that just adds another little thing, because I think. Obviously, you're the UFC expert, Jay, but I think having the EA UFC games, I think, has really pushed the sport, because I've got to be honest, I've played them, and I'm not a UFC fan, and because of that, I know the likes of the big names. Obviously, before playing the game, obviously I knew your McGregors, your Joneses, your Daniel Cormiers, but just getting to know just a few more fighters, and hopefully that's what it does for boxing. So the likes of your Canelos.
I had this debate last week. I always say, I think that UFC in a lot of areas are taken over from boxing, and we had a comment last week saying that they didn't agree. Well, look at it. There's a game out for the UFC, and there isn't for boxing. So to me, for the last few years, the UFC have been at a level where EA Sports have wanted to make games for them, but not for boxing. I don't know what their logistics are for that. But
yeah, I think there's a big part in that, Jay, that it comes down to licensing, because once you've got the licensing for the UFC, you've got the licensing for all the UFC fighters.
Yeah.
But with boxing,
but look, Esports boxing has done this, Joe.
Yeah, of course.
Because people cry out for a boxing game, I feel like it just hits off on its own. Like with this game. Success breeds success. You're seeing a top fighter get in the game, another fighter's getting on the blower saying, I want to be in the game. We've seen it the last couple of months. It started with the WBC and the Ring Magazine title. Every month now, a new organisations looking to get into the game. So
Yeah.
it's just on the pedestal where they were in the game, but it's what's boxing. Oh, Chantel Cameron started well,
Here
but
we
it's
go.
what boxing
Yeah, starting
has
well.
missed has
Opening
been
round.
a boxing game. So we'll talk more about it after the fight and that, or later on, or when we get back into the show next week. But
We're
viewers,
going to talk about it for
we're
the
getting big
upcoming
behind
months. Yeah, we are, and I can't wait to play it. But yeah, Chantel Cameron starting fast as she often does. I really think she's looking to make a statement tonight. I really do. And look, Hernandez is kind of holding on already. I think she's looking for an early knockout, Cameron.
Yeah, it looks a bit of a mismatch at the moment.
It's a mandatory challenge though, so it's nothing to do with like.
No.
Unfortunately, that's the way it's got to be sometimes.
And like you say, the pool of talent isn't too great still. Female women's boxing, it's slowly growing. If you think about it, it's probably, like you say, Joe, it's not even 10 years since the 2012 Olympics.
No, and look how far it's come. Imagine where we'll be in another 10 years.
Yeah, look at men's boxing. It's been around for at least, say, 200 years. They've been letting the men box or whatever.
Good left hook.
So it's a lot different, but it's a big fight for Cameron. She's got to do this in style for the big fights.
The aggressor, look at that combinations, 1-2, showing a bit of power, making her miss, making her pay. And look, Hernandez's legs is extremely wobbly already. Extremely wobbly, losing her balance fairly easily. Cameron a lot bigger. I think I saw that she has operated at featherweight, so really, big steps up. Look, drops around, really confident. But then again, good jab landing by Hernandez. Don't want to get overconfident. Chantel Cameron. Nick Harmer says Chantel got spite about her. I definitely agree with that. I'm sure it goes without saying, Jay. Your first round goes to Chantel Cameron.
Yeah, no, definitely no even round for that one, Joe.
No, mate.
no, definitely not. That's a Chantel Cameron round. I like that both ladies have got the same hairdresser by the looks of it. They've got the same hairdo going on tonight. Going with the braids.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. Got no hair in the eyes. I hate that when you got that hair in the eyes. The corners there doing the hair all the time.
Don't want to see a Pully Malinagi.
No, cutting the hair in the corner. You don't want that. Brutus the bar beefcake in the corner, chopping everyone's hair off. But
there we go. Bit WWE.
WWE classic, mate. Grew up with WWE, so yeah. No, I think that was definitely a 10-9 round. Yeah, you can see the levels here. The levels are very different between two ladies, but Chantel's got the spite, like Nick said. Nick, that's a great comment there. Great word to use there. She's got that bit of spite. She works. Look, like we were saying, she's got a great jab. Cameron comes in with the doubles, triples, nice little pop to it. Although her opponent there come back with a nice left hand, she's shown a bit of ambition this second round, which she needed to do after the first round. We've got to admit it was poor by Hernandez, but
and look, Nick comes back. Hernandez is a tough cookie. She should go some rounds. Yeah, she's only been knocked out once in her 7 losses. So yeah, really good.
She looks tough.
She is tough, and she's operated at in and around world level for some time now, and she's always come a little bit short to the higher echelons of female boxing, shall we say. But yeah, Chantel Cameron starting the second round where she left off, and I'm saying starting the second round. We're halfway through the second round because it's only 2-minute round, which I'm sure we'll discuss, as we always discuss when females are boxing.
I went to take a breath then, Joe. Looked at the clock, and like you say, the round's nearly over. So
exactly, which is a shame.
Also, I want to bring attention to women's boxing, like you were saying, and where in boxing in general, you got them. Obviously, Katie Taylor's the biggest name, but the biggest name after that, all level with her, is Clarissa Shields.
Yeah,
and she's going to do an MMA fight next month.
Yeah,
you've got a top person athlete in their sport, and it's just what. I'm very intrigued to see why she's doing that. Obviously, I've not really seen much about. Obviously, she wants to challenge herself, but to go to that high level, and then is it the challenges? Could be, but Savannah Marshall's there, who's a great fight for her. But that's what I'm saying. You're getting a lot of these fighters doing these mix from both sides, from cage fighting and boxing. What's people's opinions on it? Nick, in there, you got an opinion on swapping from one sport to another, mixing it?
Yeah.
what's going to happen with that? Is it good for boxing? Good for MMA? It's not good for women, I don't think. Like you say, they're trying to get their name up there, and stuff like this doesn't help. But yeah, get your opinions on that.
Of course, and PJ says, lads, young lad from Ireland to keep an eye out. James MC, given 2-0 boxes for MTK. Great young talent. We'll certainly keep an eye out for that. We love to see young talent coming through, and that's another thing we're going to.
Is that
yeah, I think that's James. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, James McGivern. Yeah, sorry, just read that out wrong there, but no. Yeah, no, I think I've heard James McGiffin, definitely. And the thing is, MTK have got such a plethora of young talent now. Like, some of their shows, because a lot of them are like that level in between the higher TV standard shows and the small hall shows. But I think so many of them shows could potentially have future world champions because the talent on them is just unbelievable.
Let's look at the world champions they've already got at the moment. They've got a great roster. MTK now, probably one of the best out there.
Of course,
they're taking on all types of fighters. They're even around the world now. They're signing Americans, internationals. Just looking to get the best roster, really. The great management team, MTK, doing great things for boxing. And Chantel Cameron's got Hernandez on the ropes here, and she seems to be teeing off. She steps back, says, come to the centre, and let's go again.
Taking her time, being patient with it. Like what Nick said, showing spite. But as long as it's accurate spite, it's intelligent spite, and that. And I don't know about you, but Chantel Cameron looks like she'd be quite a bit bigger than Katie Taylor in the ring.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'd like to see. I would like to see Chantel Cameron versus I don't. Who was I about to say then? Sorry, it's gone from my mind then.
I'm sure.
No, I was watching the fight in that.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking who was offering Katie Taylor a fight. I think Jonas. Sorry, Jonas versus Chantel Cameron would be a good fight. I think that would be a great fight.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think, would it be too big for Jonas? Because obviously she moved up in her last weight to fight at lightweight, and this fight's at super light, so that means she'd be like 2 weights above her usual. So I don't know, like.
But was that Jonas's usual weight though, Joe? Or was that just what she was getting herself down to?
She can move between. She said she moved between.
I'd rather see fighters healthy in that, and I'd rather see them higher than lower. I think, personally, in the weight she fought Katie Taylor, it could be. I'm just thinking, like you say, the pool of fighters ain't very high, so I was just thinking of a couple of UK fantasy fights that I'd like to see her in.
I'm sure if Cameron comes through this, we'll go through the rankings like we usually do. I think, was it Linadatu? Do you know who Taylor fought? In Manchester, I think that was on the undercard or co-main of Anthony Croller's farewell fight. But yeah, just gonna look at the crop. Look, she's already ranked #1 in the world. Yeah, you got Christina Linadatu, Mary McGee, Victoria Noelia Bustos. See that super lightweight division. Hopefully, Cameron can make the lightweight division. I think she said she can, but if she can make that lightweight division, if she can, then let's have some fights, please. Yeah, Pissu's moved back down though. Pissu's moved back down to super feather. Yeah, Pissu. So I don't think we see that fight, but that would have been fantastic. Just having a look now. Yeah, Jonas. There's some good fights. Go fight. Maybe even like if she wants to come down before the Katie Taylor. Wow! Oh wow! Yeah, drops up in the 4th round, landing a big combo, and I think that was a case of you can't keep on going with him. You can't keep taking them shots. She weren't responding. I reckon, was that tactical? Do you think?
I'm not too sure. I don't know what happened there. She kind of moaned about it, but I'm just impressed by Chantel Cameron here. The shot selection's unbelievable.
Making her miss, make her pay.
When I was
coming in, what an uppercut! There's your shot, Jay. The uppercut.
Mate, yeah, they uppercut. And she actually reminds me of Katie Taylor, the way she fights. Look at these punches in
Yeah.
bunches. She actually, their styles are very similar.
She's got long reach as well, Cameron.
Yeah. Her style, the way that she's dressed with her attire today in black, she actually reminded me very much of Katie Taylor. But she looks like she might have a bit more power than Taylor. Because Taylor's, she reminds me of, she's like the Pacquiao of the women's division. She comes in with the fast combinations, in and out, in and out. And that's what I love about Katie Taylor. But
you can't not
Cameron
love Katie Taylor.
You can't. She's an inspiration to me. She's a role model, and I've got 2 daughters, as you know, Joe, and she's definitely someone that I'll be getting them to look up to. As long with Chantel Cameron, a world champion.
Oh,
all
great
these
one
women,
too, Chantel Cameron.
They're doing it for the young women.
Yeah, definitely.
They're role models. These girls are role models, and they need to be appreciated. So,
and that's why, like, obviously, did she come under? It weren't big criticism. It was just like, some people said Nicola Adams underachieved in the pro ranks, but you've got to say, for me,
double Olympic champion,
double, like in the amateurs, like 100%. But for me, when you think of female British boxer role model, it's Nicola Adams. From the things that she done for the sport, as I say, I remember the day she won the gold medal because I was in Victoria Park and I was at an Olympic event. They were done like this big Olympic Park event in Victoria Park, done in 2012, and it was all on the big screen. And I thought, wow, yeah, she's a really good boxer. Really, really good boxer. And look, Nick Harmer says he thinks Jonas would be good at 140. So yeah, if as I say, she was she didn't look out of place at lightweight, did she? So if she can make it and if she can feel powerful, that's the key. And she can take the power of the likes of Chantel Cameron. She can take the power. As you say, she's older. But I think where females stay amateur longer, or so we've seen, but that's changing, might I add. That's changing. I think that's where there isn't as many miles on the clock, even because there's two 2-minute rounds. That's why I think we'll see female fighters fight on longer. Yeah, no, Joe, I agree. I think, like I said to you, we've spoke about it a few times. I think only in world title fights like these fights now, it should go to 3 minutes. All other fights for the females should be 2 minutes. But I think for world title fights, at least to get them used to it, I'd go 3 minutes because it's not just that. We want to enjoy them more. We want to enjoy what they're learning. But these athletes, they should have the same sort of opportunity to show what they can do as well as the gentlemen. So, look, of course, like we said, in the last 9 years to 10 years, it's got huge. I remember watching the 2012 Olympics. I remember loving it because obviously there were the women being able to compete there for the first time. Look at Katie Taylor's story. She was playing professional football for the Republic of Ireland before she became a boxer because they wasn't allowed to box. Ladies weren't allowed to box in Ireland. Some great stories, role models. And I just love fighting. I love all types of fighting. And this fight's been stopped there, people. The ref said Hernandez had enough. Yeah, that's it.
I've been to debate. I would have said no. Enough. She's a tough cookie. I would have said let her carry on for another round or two. She probably won't win on the scorecards. But look, part of her character, part of her skill set, Hernandez, is her toughness. And you need that as a fighter. And to take that away from a fighter, I don't think she was ever going to win the fight, Joe. Let's not beat around the bush. But I think if you know the fighter's a tough cookie, give him a round more than what you would maybe another fighter who isn't as tough as that fighter. But because it's going to look worse now for Chantel Cameron. You can hear people booing in the stadium. Yeah, if she dominated, won every round over 10 rounds or whatever it was, you'd say great shutout victory.
Well, look at his coach. Look at her coach. Look at Hernandez's coach. He is not happy at all. Not happy at all.
The camera's panning on the ref like something's gone on here, like saying more than what's maybe. Yeah, strange. Obviously, I've got the volume down, so I can't hear. I've got the volume down
as well. I don't know if you want to turn it up, Joe, I'll turn it up. It's just saying upset with the fight would have stopped, but the fight was not going to win. No, she was never going to win. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one for me. It is really hard one for me because
I just think she
could you
looks
have let
tough,
it go a
Joe.
little longer?
Yeah, she
She
wasn't
looked
really
tough. She
hurt
was
from the
extremely
knockdown.
tough. No, she weren't hurt from the knockdown. But for me, I haven't got a problem with it. Let us know what you think in the comments. I haven't got a problem with it, but I reckon ideally both fighters would have wanted it to carry on because I think Chantel Cameron would have wanted a proper knockout.
And look, Joe. The Hernandez has earned herself a mandatory shot. It's her chance for a world title. She's
Yeah,
tough. She might not have won it, but you've seen in boxing. Look at Cole Froch, Jermaine Taylor, losing 11 rounds in the 12th round. Cole Froch gets a knockout. Them things can happen in boxing. You never know. Look, Chantel Cameron could have, I don't know, disconnected her shoulder or something by throwing a punch, and Hernandez could have gone on. You never know. Look, we can all say what can happen, can't happen. I think it's poor refereeing. I think you should judge the fighter. Hernandez looks tough. She took a clean shot when the ref stopped in. I'm not going to say it's as bad as the Soto fight we watched the other week. You remember that fight we watched?
Yeah, I remember that was on the undercard of Canelo Billy Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah, when it was just when it was a weird stoppage where you thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, I think if you get to a mandatory and the person's tough, it's their opportunity, Joe. It's her chance at being a world champion. It's not like it's a domestic clash or there's nothing in it.
Yeah, just look at PJ's comment. Adams over Taylor, best role model maybe in England, lads. Taylor connect to females all over the world. I agree with that comment, PJ. As I say, for me, obviously, when Nicola Adams won gold in 2012, I think that is what a lot of people looked out for in the UK, especially in England. Just that was that starting point. But then Katie Taylor, before that, even she was pushing for Olympics, for female boxing to even be allowed in Ireland, let alone have it in the Olympics. So I think Katie Taylor's one of them people, and it's working now. When you know her story, what she's done, what she stands for, what she's been through on her way, pretending to be a boy in order to do something that she loved, playing at a higher level, football, fantastic sportswoman, fantastic athlete. And now when people know her story, yeah, absolute role model. But again, Nicola Adams doing fantastic things for the LGBTQ plus community at the minute. Another great thing to be role modeling about. So yeah, just seeing the dancing there from Hernandez coming in, but two role models of the highest class, Jay.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nicola Adams, great role model. With Nicola, like you say, she won back-to-back Olympics. She won at the first Olympics for that women were competing in her own in her home country. She's a great role model. It's a shame how her pro career went. She became a world champion, WBO, if I'm right. It didn't quite go the way she wanted to. She could have had a great backing with Leeds. Look with Josh Warrington and that. If things went a little bit differently for her,
she never actually won a world title fight, did she?
I think she got given it. I think she won an interim, didn't she? And
yeah, she won the interim, got elevated, then had a draw, and then retired.
Yeah.
So she never actually won a world title fight, which is a shame. But she's a world champion.
She's a world champion, and to be fair, Joe, what she done as an amateur in the Olympics, that story on its own is enough to inspire people. So like I said, with my young daughters, any of these female sports people, they need them to look up to, because I'll go to the women's football game now. That's getting huge. That's getting bigger. How it was 10 years ago to 20 years ago, it's getting bigger. And I always play football with my daughters. I don't say you can't do this because you're a boy or whatever, like it used to be.
Never.
It's an equal playing field. My other daughter, she's hard as nails, mate. I call her Thug Rose after Rose from UFC.
Yeah.
Give anyone. She's only 2, bless her, but she's got a mean right hook on her. And I always encourage her. She loves fighting. She loves boxing. Not in a horrible way where I say fight other kids. Don't worry, people. I've got that under control. But when we're at home, I have a little spar with her, and it's good with her character. So she's a sort of character where she's hyperactive, and I discipline her by teaching her a few shots in that.
Give her a little beating on sparring, only sparring.
To be fair, Joe, when I'm on my knees, she'll do me. So
yeah, mate.
It's one of them. But need these role models. I'm a big fan of female sports in general. Katie Taylor, I think the woman is something else. She's the AJ and Canelo in their section of the boxing world, shall we say. Yeah. I think she's graceful in defeat and in victory. Obviously, we're not seeing her in defeat as a pro yet, but from her character, I will tell you 100% Katie Taylor will be gracefully accepting a loss if it comes to her, just as well as she takes a victory. She's very sweet, very, very. What can I say? She's the ultimate professional in the way that she conducts herself. She doesn't like much press. Yeah, when it comes to press,
her lifestyle is professional.
Yeah,
she lives the life.
She's got a good little corner, good little team that she has there, and her dad's a great trainer. Look, her dad is a fantastic trainer as well. The trainer she's got at the moment is fantastic as well.
Yes, but she worked with her dad for so long. Pete Taylor, isn't it? Yes, Pete, isn't it? And obviously, don't know the relationship they got now. I'm not sure what terms they're on at the minute. But no, fantastic fighter, fantastic. Again, another good night for women's boxing. Another female world title fight. Another British world champion title defense. That is lovely. They're coming thick and fast, aren't they? Last week we had the undisputed.
Card, I want it all. I want a women's card. No, nothing against the gentlemen, but I think it's their time. I think it's their time to do a whole women's card. Obviously, I'm not saying pay-per-view or anything like that, but I'd like to see a Saturday night fight card. 3 women world title fights with a couple of other British level fights. I'd like to see a British title for women. Wouldn't you like to see something like that?
Yeah, of course. They have the Commonwealth, don't they?
Yeah, but I'd like to see a British title.
Yeah, I'd love that.
That would be great. I think adding stuff into it like that would make it a lot better. I think that would be fantastic. Obviously, you've got to get the pool of fighters in there. But I reckon in 10 years' time, it will be thriving bigger than what it is now.
All right, then. So just before we turn our attention to Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares, and guys, let us know who you think's winning this, because for me, this is a really interesting fight. Smash the like button. Subscribe to Pep Talk UK for more of these lives. But just before we turn our attentions to the main event, go on then, Jay. 3 fights, 3 female fights. I don't know, to headline a show at. We'll be moderate at the minute. We'll say the Copper Box. I think 7,000.
No. I can't do that. Let's just do 3 women's fights, because I've got a big fight that I really want to see.
Okay, go on, mate.
Do the Copper Box.
Cool.
The biggest one I want to see is Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall.
Yeah.
I want to see that because I rate Savannah Marshall so highly. I think she's a great fighter. I like Peter Fury. I just like Savannah Marshall. There's something about her that I just think, she's got it. She's got it. She's got the power. She's got the size. Yeah. You don't really see the bigger weights for the women. She's doing that for the women. She's showing us that in the bigger weights that they're there, that they want to be seen. Clarissa Shields, obviously undisputed champion, a great amateur, one of the biggest names in women's boxing, especially in America. I just think that's a great fight. Underneath that, then we're starting to get into some big fights. I would like to see, obviously, Katie Taylor Serrano. Like, that's obviously a massive fight as well.
Massive. I don't think you get her on the same card, but massive.
No, but I want the Shannon Courtney Bull rematch. I thought it was a great first fight. I thought it was a great first fight. Really, really good. But I would like to see Terry Harper, Chantel Cameron.
Again, can she move up that high? Terry Harper.
I think she looks big, Joe. I think she can build into these weights. These women, it's like Anthony Joshua fighting a light heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? It's not. They're not that much. They're not that much bigger than each other. Like half a stone, maybe a stone. They can do that, mate. They can do that in 2 weights. These fights can easily go 2 weights.
What if Chantel Cameron comes down and Harper comes up?
Yeah, that's fair. Meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do that easily. I think that's a great fight. Terry Harper.
Who wins that fight, Jay? Who wins that?
I will go Chantel Cameron.
Based on what? Size, are you saying? Or skill, ability?
Power.
Just one last bit. Power, yeah?
She looks spiteful. I believe Jonas won the fight with Terry Harper. It's a very close fight, open to people's opinion.
I judged it a draw on the night.
Exactly, Joe. And I'm not going to argue with you. That's fair enough.
Yep.
If someone either way, it's that when they're that close, either way. Personally, I thought Jonas just done enough. Maybe I hope Jonas would win because she's later in her career, and it could whatever way people saw it. That's fair enough. But I just feel like Terry Harper, she's a great fighter. No disrespect to Terry Harper, she's done great stuff. Steffi Ball, great trainer. I just feel like in that fight, Chantel Cameron could do her with the power. But I don't know, Joe. That's why I want to see it. That's why I threw it out there. It's an intriguing fight. It's difficult to match up these fighters, like you say. So before we get onto the main event, it's just difficult to match up. But there's 3 that I like. Have you got 3 that you like?
To be honest, mate, you nailed it there. They're the fights I want to see. Obviously, Katie Taylor-Serrano, just shouting out fights I want to see now. I want to see Ebony Bridges in another big fight. She proved to me that she's got it in there. I want to see. I love Sinister Estrada. I'd love a British fight. Obviously, it's a really small weight. What is it? I think is it Fly? She fights really at
small,
yeah. So I'd love to see a female Brit, but we've got a lot of prospects coming up. So even I would love a female next gen card. I would, for me,
that's what more about. Stuff like
that'd be lovely. Female next gen card, headlined by, I don't even, off the top of my head, because I'm not even sure, because Terry Harper versus Natasha Jonas was initially meant to headline a next gen show.
Oh, okay.
Before that got announced, before the pandemic, that was meant to.
I'll have Courtney Ball 2 as the main event, maybe.
Yeah, I'll have that. But yeah, let's move on. Haney Linares, WBC Lightweight title. We've got Devin Haney, 25-0, 15 knockouts against the veteran. I would say edging towards a great of modern boxing. He's a free-weight world champion. It's Jorge Linares, 47-5 with 29 knockouts, accumulated punches that cause a huge amount of power throughout of his career. He's exciting. He's good to watch. He's vulnerable, and that's why I must admit, when it got announced, Jay, I weren't high on the fight at all. I've got to be honest, I weren't high up. We was talking about, Haney Lomachenko, Haney Lopez. It's because it was like, the four kings of the lightweight division, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. And we spoke about this weekend, and this week, didn't we, Jay? And I said, I think they will beat each other. I don't think one comes out completely and that's a show in itself. But, we'll just go... IB's comment, Linares in his prime, one of the best straight rights you can have. Crazy good shot. Yeah, Jay, what do you make of the fight? Because for me, as I said, I started off, I weren't too high on the fight, but as it's got closer, I've really become intrigued because I've kind of remembered how good Linares is. I think quite a few people could be underestimating Linares tonight.
One thing I ain't doing, Joe, is underestimating Linares. I've watched Linares for many years. I remember when he, like we said earlier, Kevin Mitchell, one of my favourite fighters of all time, a great fight. I thought Kevin was going to win that. I thought he was up on the scorecards before that eye injury. If that didn't happen, Kevin would have won that. But from
what a card that was, by the way.
An epic card, Joe. Great card. Great evening of boxing that night. But
that was headlined by... Sorry, mate. That was headlined Kelbrook Frankie Gavin. Lee Selby won the world title. He won his first world title on that card. AJ was on that card. Was it AJ versus Kevin Kingpin Johnson? I'm pretty sure it might have been. That's what I'm thinking. But sorry, go on, mate. I just went off on a tangent there.
No, that's all right. No, we like a bit of knowledge, so no, we appreciate that. Since that day though, Joe, I've been a fan of Linares. So, and that's going back many years now. You've seen him in with like Luke Campbell. We've seen him in with Lomachenko. He's even dropped Lomachenko. And like the comment says there, he's got one of the best straight right hands. Linares is a great veteran. And I love this fight on the senses that, to be fair, Devin Haney's not fought anyone really at world level. He fought Gamboa, but Gamboa was there to survive. You need these acid tests if you're going to be at world level. And Linares is a solid test. If Ryan Garcia was fighting Linares next, I would have said that's a great test for Ryan Garcia. If Tank was fighting Linares, great fight. If Teofimo Lopez was fighting Linares, great fight. Linares is a very, very well-respected fighter. He's been around the world. He's big in Japan. He's got a really unique style. Look, he's beat some great fighters. Let's not forget. You saw his record: 47-5, 29 KOs,
over 50 professional fights.
He's got more KOs than Devin Haney's fight record at the moment. So
yeah, definitely.
He's been world champion a couple of times. We've seen him on our British soils. Qualla, 2 great fights with Qualla. Was it 2 fights?
Yeah, two fights. Two fights. Just read out this comment quickly. Jay Rodrigo da Silva, Pep Talk. I've been with you for a long time. Me and my daughter Anastasia love your channel. So big respect, Rodrigo and Anastasia. Thank you. Keep supporting the channel. We do appreciate it. And let us know who wins this fight tonight. But sorry, back to the fight, Jay. Haney's a bit different in your opinion. I know you're a big fan of Devin Haney.
I'm a big fan, yeah. So I'll just go back to Rodrigo. Cheers for that comment. We always appreciate stuff like that, Rodrigo. And like we say, we're looking to bring more content to the channel. We spoke about a few ideas earlier, and everyone at Pep Talk's looking to get more content out there and keeping everyone happy and looking to the future. But yeah, Devin Haney's 22 years old. He's beat Ryan Garcia in the amateurs. He was a good amateur. He's had 25 victories, 0 losses, 15 KOs. It's a great record. Devin Haney lives the sport. You've heard it many times. He's there training non-stop. Interesting, he's got Ben Davison in his corner at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen there. Ben seems to be a bit everywhere at the moment. I don't know what the setup is there. It's quite unique. I know that Bill does a lot of work with Devin. Top marks to Ben Haney. How smart and cool does Bill Haney look, Joe? He looks very stylish. You'd think he's probably a fighter in that. He looks very young. Like he looks very stylish. Got his beard, his hair. Yeah, he's
done a fantastic job managing
he's a really nice
Devin
guy.
Haney's career. I really do think. Look, we know it's a big fight when Michael Buffer's out. Always good to see him. Or just for the fact that when Michael Buffer's in town, there's a fight going on somewhere in the world, and usually that fight's going to be big. He's an icon of boxing. There's no two ways about it. Michael Buffer, icon of boxing, just like his brother's is an icon of the UFC. But we see this, Devin Haney. It's hard. It's hard for me because if you go into this fight looking at their records, not being a boxing fan, I think many people would say Linares. Look at the people who he's fought. But timing's everything in boxing, as we say so often on here. And is it last throw at the dice for Linares?
We'll find out tonight, Joe. Some fighters fight very well till later on in their career. You see some fighters, they resurrect. You think that they're done and dusted, and they come back and they pull it back out. Look at Manny Pacquiao, 42 years old. He's had a couple of setbacks in his career. He's lost a few fights, but still regarded as one of the best of all time. So Linares, he's the same sort of mould with me as Pacquiao type. He's still elite level at his later age of life. So look, I said to you earlier when we spoke on the phone, Joe, I would not be surprised if Linares wins. But I'm expecting a Haney victory here. I don't want to put too much on Haney, but it reminds me of a young Floyd Mayweather. Not so much in his style. He's very flashy, but just looking at him, the mould of him, just look at a young Floyd and look at Devin Haney. They just look similar. Their styles are pretty similar. I'm not saying that because Floyd's obviously one of the best of all time. But the guy's 22. Devin Haney's 22. He's got a great look about him. Got a great image. He's got a great style in the ring. He's clean cut. Like you say, he's got a great relationship with his dad. Could be great with Ben. I don't really know the relationship here with Ben. I don't know what's going on. I've seen a couple of times Ben's mentioned it, but I don't know if he's full-time coach or part-time coach. But
I just think
look,
they've
Devin,
done work together and just stayed in touch. And because obviously Ben was in town, done a few sessions with him, and it went from there. Really, that's the gauge I've got from it.
yeah, but it looked in the changing room then that Ben was the lead trainer. So just I don't know what Ben's focus at the moment. He seems to have a lot of fingers and a lot of pies at the moment, and he's obviously had
I
John
think that's
Taylor
good
last
though.
week.
I've got to say it's good because he's a young trainer, so he's still learning on the job and getting experience.
But what I'm saying, Joe, is I just want to see
Yeah.
what the stability is with Devin Haney. Like you say, he's just there bit part at the moment. Will that affect the fight? I'm not too sure. We won't know. The proof will be in the pudding when we get to fight night in a moment. But I like it. It's experience. But I'm just saying, how would it affect Haney? Not so much Ben. It's great experience for Ben. It's more on the cautious side of Devin. Obviously, any type of knowledge is good knowledge, but you don't want to have any distractions. But I think it will be good for him. I'm just intrigued how Devin will perform with a different trainer in his corner. That's all. Ben, top marks, great trainer.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of great stuff. He's very young. I like young people given an opportunity in the sport.
Of course.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going on here. But Linares, veteran, as you saw in the comments there. Let's be real, Linares beats Haney's prime. Look, it's one of them. It's one of them. It's timing.
Look,
timing is a big word in boxing, Joe.
Timing's everything. I think the two biggest words for me in boxing is timing and size, and that's all I say. Timing and size, one can easily beat the other. He said, and IB said, let's be real, Linares beats Haney in his prime. It's what he has left tonight. I feel his chin is gone and Haney gets the KO. Jay, is this fight going the distance?
It's a tough one, Joe, because the way that I've been analysing it in my brain is I can see it, and I wouldn't mind it, as I said, being a nice, hard, tight fight for Devin Haney. A points win, a tough battle,
yeah, good test for him. You want a good test?
Yeah, because you need these acid tests at world level, Joe. People think that you can just get to world level and smash people about. It ain't like that. But if you do smash someone around at world level, you show how much quality you actually do have. So look, if Haney goes in there and blasts out Linares, look, that's going to be great. Great for the press, great for the news. Haney is going to be great for him. But a lot of people will criticise Haney if he goes 12 rounds into a close fight. Me, as a true hardcore fan, I'd pick it apart differently. I'd see it as a good thing because you know he's going to have that in his bank. So, look, but then on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised, as we heard earlier, if Linares hits a big right hand on him. He's dropped Lomachenko. He's got more knockouts than Haney's record. So, look, I can see it going 12 rounds, Joe. The answer to your question, yeah, I can. But if there's a knockout in there, I wouldn't be surprised from either guy.
Look, Rodrigo da Silva, what time do they fight? Main event? I'm in Florida. Anybody know the exact time?
Ring walks an hour, Rodrigo.
Yeah, ring walks are about to commence. It's just the little video promo for Linares to come out. So, yeah.
I like the production for this, don't you, Joe? Like the posters and the way they've had the writing and the colour and that. I think it's good from the designer.
Yeah, a bit really street arty type thing. I like the way a lot of the promotion's been with like the Matchroom posters, because I think a good fight poster, is great. Like I really
look at the
think
UFC, which I always go back to. UFC have the best posters. They're unreal.
Yeah,
and like you say, it makes the fight bigger.
Can I just throw out, Jay, how big and how detrimental would it be for Matchroom USA if Haney lost tonight?
It would be huge because obviously, look, you got to think as a business sense, and that's what a lot of promoters do, and that's where boxing suffers. If Linares wins, I don't know what who's promoted Linares. Is he with Golden Boy or someone?
He's with Golden Boy.
So look, Golden Boy has been known to be hard to negotiate with. So for Matchroom and DAZN, they ain't going to want to lose a world champion to Golden Boy.
Do you think they have a rematch clause in this fight?
Eddie Hearn, he's missed a rematch clause. So yeah, it probably has got a rematch clause in there. But it's just got to look at it as well. The WBC, are they going to want Linares as champion? He's older. Haney's younger, more marketable. They look at stuff like this. So look, that's why I don't like the politics. For me, both men train hard, fight hard, and whoever wins, wins. That's how I see it. I don't like to see any politics in it. But look, it'd be massive for Matchroom if they did lose Devin Haney, because they want that Lopez fight. They want the big fights. He's 22. If he loses, it ain't the end of the world.
He's the big upcoming star for Matchroom USA as well. Like, he's their big upcoming star. You know, like, he's already a world champion at the age of 22. He's being built as, I don't want to say the second coming of Mayweather, but some people were saying that when he initially signed. I think he was only 20 when he signed, and he was like, I think he was 21-0 when he signed. And I remember his debut with Matchroom. He was meant to be chief support, I think, but then he ended up getting elevated to main event, and I think that was in the small theatre at Madison Square Gardens. I might be wrong, but he performed really, really well that night, like really well. And since then, I don't know. Somebody said some people accused him of being a bit flat on the undercard of Logan Paul versus KSI. Obviously, strange. I still can't believe I'm saying that. Devin Haney on the undercard of Logan Paul versus KSI. But just another lightweight. PJ says Tank Davis is the Mike Tyson of our era. Cracking fighter, still roaring bits, can bang. Not great at interviews, Lowell. Is that a fight you'd like to see in the future if Haney can get past this tonight?
Oh no, most definitely. Look, you've got Tank who can do some serious damage to people. He's got some great knockout power. Haney's more different mould. He has got power. He's got 15 stoppages, but he's more of a skillful boxer. Haney's not really had the rub of the green. If you think of the fighters of Tank, Garcia, and Teofimo, he's not really had the fights. To be fair, I think he's quite avoided. It's proven in that if you see who he's been fighting. He wanted Lomachenko. Lomachenko didn't fight him for some reason, and then went on and fought Lopez. But like the comment there, Tank's good. Let's see how he does at these higher weight classes.
Yeah,
I totally agree. Me and Joe have had this debate.
We had that.
Josh Taylor's probably one of my favourite fighters. I'm not saying Tank would beat Josh Taylor. I'm not throwing at it. What I'm saying is, someone of the mould of Tank with the one-punch knockout power, I think is the only person who can beat Taylor. You need to knock that guy's spark out, because the guy's a nut job. He's tough as boots. He's got balls like King Kong, and guys like that, you got to spark out, and that's it. And I think someone like Tank's the sort of fighter. He's probably a bit too small, but that's the sort of fighter. He's got great power, like the mini Mike Tyson. But Devin Haney tonight is his breakout fight. This is the fight. Linares, the breakout fight, the name that everyone knows about, the UK fans, the world fans in Japan. It's a world level fight. And look, you got to go for Teofimo Lopez after this fight. Eddie says he's going to make a massive, massive offer. If Teofimo goes up in weight, I can see that happening. But if you want to be undisputed, you've got to beat Devin Haney for the WBC title, or Jorge Linares if he wins this fight.
Yeah, look, James Smith, Tank is an average boxer, but he can punch. What are you thinking about that? Oh, let's get ready to rumble.
He can punch like a horse kicking.
But what about his boxing ability then, Jay?
I think he's got good boxing ability.
I think he's there.
I'm not going to say he hasn't got boxing ability. He has got boxing ability. He's won every fight that he's been in. Santa Cruz, I know he went up in a weight. He knocked Santa Cruz out in some devastating fashion. Another uppercut like that was it was nasty to see. And a world operator like that. That's what I'm saying is impressive, Joe. If you can get to someone like a Santa Cruz level and you knock him out like that, props to you. Bit like Mayweather knocking out Ricky Hatton in the time. Do you remember? Two big world-class fighters. You stop someone like that. Pacquiao done it to Hatton as well.
Great fight.
I wouldn't mind seeing Tank versus Linares. Linares is that type of fighter that you would like to see a Garcia against, a Tank, maybe a Lopez, just to see where they are. Lopez is a different type of animal, because obviously he beat Lomachenko, who was regarded as the best fighter probably in his generation. So it was a great fight that from Teofimo Lopez, but yeah, you got to throw all these guys in there.
Yeah, definitely. And Rodrigo just says, are we allowed to show a little bit of the boxing? No, we can't. Otherwise, we get taken down, mate. Wish we could. But yeah, want to keep on doing the lives. Don't want to get blocked. So yeah,
but the fights we can show you in the future, though, Joe, will be on Esports Boxing Game. And
definitely.
these fights here,
Great little plug there. Great little plug.
Look, we'll be making these fantasy fights, and you lot can be involved with us too. Look, there's some great things. We wish we can show you the fights and that, but we've got the watch along.
Yeah.
Look, you're not going to get a better commentary team than me and Joe Pugh, aka Joe Calzaghe, aka Mark Noble, the skipper of the ship. You know it. Tonight with that new haircut, you're coming in as aka Michael Chandler from the UFC.
I didn't know if he was going to get mentioned tonight, Jay. The old haircut. I went short. I never go short.
You went short.
I never
You've gone
go
for the
short.
Michael Chandler. If the people out there know who Michael Chandler is, Joe's looking like Michael Chandler tonight. Me, Charlie Sloth, as I got told a few months ago, I'm still doing Charlie Sloth.
There we go. James Smith, great show as always, guys. Thank you very much, James Smith. The fight's just about to start. It's Jorge Linares versus Devin Haney, WBC World Title fight. Get your last bits of predictions in. We're going to be commentating. Jay's going to be doing the scorecards, and here we go.
Let's rock and roll then, Joe.
Let's rock and roll. Round one. There we go. A bit of weight there. Devin Haney comes out fast. I love the feinting. And look at that. That's a lovely jab from Devin Haney early on. But there's speed. He's still got his speed, Linares, just from that opening jab. And that's something I've really enjoyed about him. Speed met with accuracy always equals success, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%, Joe. And the crowd's picked up now. There's no social distance now, Joe. I think they just turned up for the main event.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Look, I think in the stands there's a little bit of social distancing going on. Maybe there was tested or something like that. But no, quite a sharp, accurate start to the fight from both boxers. Devin Haney going to the body quite nicely early on, just setting up with that jab, just piping his lead left hand to the body before coming upstairs for a jab and just putting it out. Oh, shooting right body shot from Devin Haney. Really accurate, really nice. Wow, yeah.
This jab work from Devin Haney, Joe. He's going to the head and the body. Really nice.
Head and body
Linares
downstairs.
Hasn't thrown a punch in over a minute.
Accuracy. He throws one there, but then that's a nice jab straight down the middle. He plays on what Linares does. Linares comes round for a left hook, slightly misses it, so he wastes no time by going straight down the middle with an iron crisp, stiff jab before doubling up on the jabs now, then going down to the body. Really nice, cool, calm, clever, accurate, precise work from Devin Haney in the opening half of the opening round.
It's a great round here from Devin Haney, Joe, to start things off. He's been very, the volume of shots are good, head to body, using a jab, as we always say, beautifully. Linares, though, he's not really thrown much, but you can see that he's trying to keep Devin at bay because Devin's quick with the punches. He's kind of baffling Linares by the looks of it.
Oh, that's great. Oh, but then snaps Devin Haney's head back there. For the first time in the fight, hopefully earning Devin Haney's respect. But he comes back with a lovely double jab, and it's hard to stop that jab. He must have landed at least 30 clean jabs in the first round, as well as throwing. Goes to the body, really nice, but could be vulnerable for a left hook there when Devin Haney goes to the body there, using his back right hand there. Stick to the lead hand, then come forward. But yeah. Really nice opening work. Classy. Really classy. Yeah. Coming in out of range, snapping Linares' head back with that jab. And we've said it all night. Jab, body. And that's exactly what Devin Haney's doing in the opening round.
Oh. That's a 10-9 round for Haney straight away. That was a beautiful round, Joe. That was fantastic.
Class from the young lad. Wow. Brilliant. Really good round. Really impressed with that, Jay.
Oh, I'm 100% happy with that. As we can see in the corner here, you've got Bill, Devin's dad, is the main trainer by the looks of it here.
Yeah,
but yeah,
got stitched around.
There, yeah, great experience there in the corner. But Devin,
of course,
he looked fantastic. $1 million in that round. He, like you say, the amount of jabs he threw out, he was showing various shots with the jab as well, to the head, to the body.
Yeah,
very fast. 2s and 3s at times. Linares, the veteran, he didn't look in trouble, because you think throwing that many jabs and the way we described it, then you'd think Linares looks in trouble. He doesn't. He looks like a veteran. He's trying to figure out what Haney's doing. You can see that he was trying to adjust to the rhythm of what Haney was bringing to the table. But
look at that.
an easy 10-9 round to Haney there.
Yeah, really good. Really good. PJ says Linares to start well, then dip Haney to stop 7-9. That was his pre-fight prediction. Rodrigo da Silva says he can't stand Bill Haney. But just opening the second round now of this WBC World title fight. Linares trying to go to the body. Yeah, I'm impressed with the speed, but I think when he's get landed, wow, yeah. Whoa. Look, doubling up on the jab. Fantastic 1-2. Then comes round where at close range, a short, sharp, leading, looping right hand. Backhand, counter roll. That is really nice. But then return from Linares with a decent body shot. And James Smith says Haney's jab looking really good. And I don't disagree with you. It's beautiful boxing so far. Really good boxing. And I really like, comes in and out with a lovely, lovely right uppercut. And I really like the use of the right hand just there, just to use it as a slight feint, just to get measured distance. And look, excited in the crowd, bit of spite there, but that's a nice left hand landing from Jorge Linares. Probably the best punch he's landed in the opening 2 rounds, but then come back 1-2 from Devin Haney. Really, really enjoying this fight. Fantastic jab again.
Beautiful stuff here, Joe. Linares looks a bit shell-shocked. He's come back with the odd counter shot. To be fair, if I was Linares, I'd try and work on a counter left hook. He's hit that a couple of times. That's probably the shot Haney looks more like he's going to be hit by. But look, I'm highly impressed here by Haney. I'm very impressed here, Joe.
He hasn't done anything wrong for me yet. I'll say, as I did just mention, I'm just picking the life out of it. Any tiny criticism would, as he come through to the body with that right hand, he may be susceptible for an uppercut or a left hook. But I'm just being over the top now because he's
even roughing Linares up here, Joe. He's even roughing Linares
close range. Really like that. Proving his strength. He's saying, "Come on." He's saying, "Come on."
Look at his fundamentals, Joe.
There's spite in his game.
But his fundamentals, his jab, he's working off the jab. He's doing the basics correctly.
Defensively, look at his footwork. Yeah, look at his footwork there, right? So he ain't like on his feet, like dancing around the ring at all. But wow. That is good.
Beautiful
just little shoulder roll comes into the body, mate. But then again, Devin Haney does get countered there with a nice 1-2. Jorge Linares isn't doing anything wrong at the minute, but just Devin Haney is doing everything so well. Just overcommits with the right hand there, Devin Haney. Just again over criticizing, but that's a lovely triple jab. Then coming in with a loop round the side of Jorge Linares. Tightly knit guard. End of round 2. Jay, another round to Devin.
Yeah, Devin's fighting beautifully. I know what you're saying about Linares not really doing too much wrong, but he's not doing too much right either at the moment. He's in that middle ground where
he's trying to figure it out.
He's just getting picked apart a little bit. But as we saw, like we said earlier, with the Kevin Mitchell fight back in the day, he was dominating Linares and he come back, done the damage to the eye. He's a veteran. These veterans you do not rule out. So as much as Devin's winning the first 2 rounds very convincingly, you don't know with Linares. You don't know whether he's just waiting for a perfect time and he's waiting. But at the moment, it looks like Haney's on a different level. I'm so impressed here, Joe. Like some of the stuff that he's doing, some of his rolls that he's doing, using the jab. Look, there's an uppercut there being shown on the replay. Fantastic. And then getting in close, rugging up Linares as well. Linares looks a bit baffled. That's probably the best way you can do about it. Haney, he looks like he's up for it. Haney looks special. He does look good, Joe.
He does look special. He's up for it. He's out of the corner first. He's ready to go. I think he's looking for a knockout. I really think he's looking to make a statement here tonight. Look at that. The way he drops his leading left hand, just shakes it a little bit as a feint, but not quite does it. Just to rattle that tiny, every little differences. Even the way he comes in there, fantastic uppercut in and out of range, and then just tucks a lovely left hook in, just pushing Linares onto the ropes now. Uses a feint, comes up with the right shoulder, and buries an uppercut in with the left hand. That's fantastic work from Devin Haney. Once again, makes him miss there. Wow. Jesus Christ, this is unbelievable.
Linares is looking for
Making
that
him
left
miss,
hook
making
now,
him
though.
pay. He is.
I think that's the only shot he can really land, but he's not even landing it that often.
No, because Devin Haney's just, the way he's moving around the ring, it's like he's seeing everything half a second before Linares even knows what he's going to throw. Just the reading of the game is the reading of the fight, the reading of everything that Linares does is unbelievable. And the way, look at that. So he just tucks that little left hook in, moves to the left, then comes into the body to move in at close range. That's the perfect way of moving in and out of range.
And also, just to throw it out there, Linares is wearing the Esports Boxing Club logo on the back of his shorts.
What a point that is, Jay. Really good spot. Really good spot.
I just noticed it on the back of his shorts. So you'll be able to get him in the game. But look, here we go. Look, Devin Haney, like you said, Joe. Oh, ducking and them coming.
Little shimmy there. Oh, what? That's 4 jab. That 4 straight on speed jab. Oh, right. Yeah. Just moves. Fantastic upper body movement to the left. Counter. That is what we need. That is what we love. Oh, great body shot. In and out of range. That's what he did. He didn't overcommit like he did in the first round. He got in and out of there so fast and just surely you can't get the speed of that is unbelievable. And if he can keep that up for against 12 rounds, I'm so impressed by the boxing.
With the jab, Joe? He went up to the top and then a little pepper in the bottom. Not really too hard.
Little pepper,
He's just using the ring and using Linares.
Fantastic uppercut. I love a lead uppercut. I think that's another neglected punch, the lead uppercut. Because a lot of people come in close, then tuck like the backhand uppercut in. Obviously, it'd be the right hand in a Devin Haney's case, being orthodox. But yeah, that's a neglected punch.
That's another 10-9 round for me for Haney there, Joe. I can't really grumble with that. Like, to be fair,
another boxing masterclass so far. I'm really enjoying
this.
It's
like poetry.
Really, mate. This
is my fighter,
working.
Joe.
Go on.
If this is the way that I describe how a fighter should fight, Devin Haney's doing it to a T tonight. So that's what I really rate him. The jab, you see there, triples, doubles, triples and the jabs. The uppercut, coming with the lead uppercut, like you said. He's varying his shots. The way that he was touching Linares, little touch, boom, touch. You can see that's a bit of Ben Davison. Not saying that's all Ben Davison. Haney's obviously elite on his own. But just little things there. You see the touch down to the body. Oh, some great stuff there by Devin Haney.
And what I make a big thing about on this channel, I love fighters that don't stay in mid, close, or long range. You got to mix it up. You've really got to mix it up. And the only way you can mix it up is by the variety of jabs. So see there, it'll stick a stiff jab out, then it'll stick like a quadruple jab in. And they might not be the most concussive punches, but them mixed with the feints just confuses the opponent, which is what he's doing so well. Moving to the left and the right. Now a bit light on the feet. Really, really good. Really good.
Linares coming on a bit stronger this round. You've seen in the first 30 seconds here a bit of more ambition from Linares. Maybe his corner said, look, if you start fighting like this for 6 or 7 rounds, we might have to pull you out because it's not looking great for him. Not saying Linares is in trouble, but I'm just saying from his corner, if they ain't going to want to see 3 or 4 more rounds of this because the damage is going to be going up. But
he looks big and strong at the weight as well, doesn't he?
He looks in great shape, Linares.
Yeah, Haney looks big at the weight for me. Like
he's taller than what I thought, but I'm looking at his shoes and I'm thinking, is there like a bit of padding in there from the look a bit taller? Because I don't remember him looking as tall as that, but maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, he looks big at the weight, Joe. I do agree.
Yeah, no, I've just slowing the pace there ever so slightly in the 4th round, but again, fantastic jab, and the way he drops that lead, left hand, and just that's another way of just bringing him on and making him miss, and that kind of gets a slight little wobble from Linares there when Haney just lands a really nice looping right hand. Oh, another looping right hand there. I like that. Really good variety. He understands that the guard of of Linares is the only way you can get in it is get round it.
Yeah.
So, like, you ain't going to go straight through the middle because it's very in front and very tight knit. But the way he's going round it, coming to the body, then sticking a hook in, that's like, you can see there's going to be slight markings on the cheeks there. Like, because that's where it is. You ain't going to get one straight down the pipe with Linares as often, and he knows that. So that's why he's going around the middle. And look, yeah, moving in, out. That's what I see. See the stiff jabs there. Linares comes back with a double jab. Wow, yeah, Linares coming back with a couple of good shots there. Probably lands 4 solid shots. But when you compare it to the amount of shots and the amount of classy point scoring shots, which has been a key theme all night about point scoring shots, it's second to none from Devin Haney.
Yeah, big left hook there by Devin Haney. I like the way Haney's going to the body, but the input from Haney by Haney has been a lot less this round. Oh, big left hook by Linares.
Yeah, but this is what we want to see. We want to see. Look, that left hook there, it grabbed the attention of Devin Haney. And sometimes a fighter of that class needs that just as a little reminder. Just as a little reminder, I'm there, so you don't get too complacent. So I'm not too bothered that shot was landed. As long as it's not an irregular occurrence.
Yeah, no, I agree, Joe.
Another Haney round for you, mate?
There's another Haney round, but I think it's the most competitive round that Linares has been involved in. I think Linares is more competitive there. I don't know whether it was Haney reduced his output in that round. Obviously, he was doing some great jabs still in times, in periods. He done enough to win the round there. But at the end of the round, you saw that Linares with a couple of big shots. Seeing on the replay here, big right hand coming by Linares earlier in the round. Big left at the end, like you said, caught Haney's attention a little bit. What I wouldn't like to see Haney now is do a bit like, like an Andrade. Starts really fast and you think, oh, get a good stoppage here. And then it's kind of,
because I think
you're
2
really
fights
excited.
ago, that's what he done.
He gets really excited, doesn't it? The first 3 rounds, you think this guy's a well beater. And then by the end of it, you're feeling a bit lukewarm and you're a bit like disappointed. But hopefully that doesn't happen. I find with Andrade that happens most times I see him. But yeah, I want Haney to step up a bit. But also Linares, because I would like Haney to win. But to be honest with you, I'm a neutral in this fight.
Chris Mannix gave that last round to Linares, by the way. Which I would have given it to Haney. Good straight right hand landed by Haney. Yeah, no, I think accurately. Yeah, no, Haney all the way. Look at that. Controlling the fight with your lead right hand there. Just a jab, uppercut, into another jab. And after that, you're blindsided if you want to stick in the right hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that is really, really nice. He does it again there. But then he goes to the body. So he changes it up. So it's very slight changes, which all in all just really will confuse the opponent. But Linares comes back, little combo, and I think that mid to close range is the only bit of distance where Linares is finding success at the minute. Because as I say, look, you see there, he goes into like a kind of a light freehold Philly shell, Haney, and as he comes out of that to stick the stiff jabs in, that's the only room where Linares can come forward with those like looping 1-2s.
Oh, I agree, Joe. I'd like to see Haney more going with a combination and then spin around and spin away from Linares. At the moment, he's just staying dead centre at the moment. The last 2 rounds, he's staying in front of Linares. He's not really moving side to side as much. Like you said, you're liking him mixing up at the beginning of the fight where he's in short, going long, in short, then medium, not really knowing what he's doing. At the moment, he seems to be staying at one sort of in one sort of position. He's not really getting in and out as much. And Linares, he's kind of stalking him down a bit more now, Linares. He's coming in more aggressively.
Wolf Games, who's winning the rounds? You've got it 4-0 Haney, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. But I've got Linares coming into it now a bit more. It's getting a bit more competitive.
What a body shot. Body shot into a 1-2, but then Linares does come back with a nice shot. But once again, wow, this is good.
Hooks.
Both in the middle of the ring, throwing big left hooks. Oh, again, stick out another jab, Haney, please. That's lovely.
Joe. This is what he wants.
But we kind of said we wanted it to see it prove that with the acid test of Haney, we wanted to see what his chin's like.
Yeah,
so
but
obviously,
if he was fighting how he was in the first 3 rounds and got a knockout, Joe, I wouldn't have argued with that because he looked sensational.
oh yeah, of course.
But the way he started to then be dragged into a brawl, I don't really like that for him. Because, like I say to you, you don't want to start going down the route where you start great and then you're getting into wars and that. This is perfect for Linares. I'll give that to, I don't know. I'm giving it to Haney because I'm seeing when the jab's being thrown, I'm seeing 3s and 4s, I'm seeing punches of it. Linares is coming in with the odd big shot and it looks impactful. But if you go for punches landed, I'd say I'll give Haney that. But it's a very competitive fight now. It's moving into this is where Linares wants it, I think, middle to late rounds. See how tough Haney is. See what Linares has got left. Some big shots Haney took in that last round. A couple of left hooks. It's close. I've got Haney 5-0 up. But
could easily be 4-1 or 3-2. Have no problems with 4-1 or 3-2.
But it could be, Joe. But
no, 5-0. I agree with it. That's my.
Linares is having. He's hitting a few power punches and he's coming forward a little bit. But you're seeing, like, I don't know. Sometimes in the rounds, Linares ain't throwing a punch for like a couple of 30 seconds to a minute. So it's difficult to give him the rounds. But he's coming out with some
great uppercut at the start. Yeah. Oh wow, that was probably a 7-shot combination from Linares, leaning on the ropes, working from the outside. But then Haney comes back with a nice right uppercut onto a double jab, getting Linares on the ropes. Linares holding on. Really enjoying this now. It's shaping into a really good fight. Really good fight. And you say about Haney getting dragged into the fight. It's hard because for us, we want to see it. Obviously, we love the beautiful boxing of the first 3 rounds, but it depends whether Haney wants to fight him there because we've seen it with Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor last week could have boxed. No
it's
two ways.
If Haney does this, it's stupid tactically. Like you said, Joe, what he was doing in the first 3 or 4 rounds was getting into distance, short and long, and even medium range, and that was working well for him. At the moment, he's staying in one range, and Linares is getting more. What it is Linares is going from landing 5 shots a round to now landing like 10 to 15, which doesn't sound too much more, but obviously it's accumulating more and more up. So it will start affecting Haney later as the fight goes on. But
great uppercut
Haney's
from
looking
Haney,
powerful
by the way,
in this round.
Yeah, but I think the thing is with Linares, he hasn't wasted his shots at all tonight. No. His accuracy's been there. He hasn't wasted them. But there, look, good 1-2, but a slight overcommitment from Devin Haney there, which we didn't see in the first 3 rounds. But again, are we nitpicking? Oh, great left uppercut landed when it come in from the inside from Devin Haney. Then a lovely big looping right hand and another one that pushes Linares back onto the ropes, which leads him to lean forward and try and hold on. But then Linares comes back with a 1-2. Really good work. Just not as much head movement going on from Haney, but it lands a lovely straight right hand, which I enjoy tucking a lovely double left hand to the body, which I really like, and then pushing Linares back onto the ropes. I think this round, Jay, I don't know about you, but one thing's for certain, Linares is being pushed about a bit, being roughed up.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked by that. It's a good side of Devin Haney to see that is he's working on his inside game. Oh, he's took a couple of clean shots there.
Yeah. That's as they come into the centre of the ring.
I wouldn't be surprised if
that's
Linares...
a fantastic left hand from Linares into a 1-2. Linares having a bit of success here. Oh,
I'll give that to Haney again. But like you see then, if you saw the last 30 seconds, you would say Linares looked good. But for 2.5 minutes, Devin Haney schooled him. So you got to give it to the majority of the round. Yeah, Haney's looking good in certain situations, but there's a couple of times I've been worried where he's just let himself get caught. And I think maybe he's felt Linares' power and thought, look, this guy ain't going to trouble me tonight. But I get worried that when you let someone have a clean shot at you like that. So Haney, just work on your defence a little bit more. If I was Linares, try and work on your jab a little bit more. You're not really working on your jab that much. You're going for the single power shots, the haymakers. That takes a lot out of you, Joe, when you throw them and miss. So
yeah,
if I was Linares, what I'll do is I'll keep coming forward, but maybe vary it with different types of jabs to the body, to the head, and then come in with some fast combinations. You saw it in the first 30 seconds of the last round. He come out like that, Linares. So if I was Linares, this is your chance now, because you're at the age where you're going to get another world title shot. So we're in round 7, second half of the fight. Go for it, Linares. But Haney, keep to the jabs and keep doing what you're doing.
Linares is on the front foot at the start of round 7 as well. So Jay has got it 6 rounds to nothing in favour of Haney, but the last 3 rounds have been closer than the first 3. So it doesn't tell the full story, does it? But at the end of the day, when you're just scoring round by round, if you see Haney may have just edged all 6 rounds. It's still 6-0.
Yeah.
You know, look, IB says 5-1 Haney.
You can get competitive with 6-0, 5-1 scorecards. It doesn't mean that one's better than the other, but obviously it does mean one's better than the other, but one's not dominating more than the other, should I say. Let me get my words right there. So, like you say, Linares has always been in the fight. He's competitive, but the volume in the early rounds that Haney was throwing out there, you could not give him the rounds.
Jabs. Fantastic 1-2 by Devin Haney, but a decent start to round 7 from Linares. It's that those looping lead left hands have worked really well for Jorge Linares, but then a bit more variation now from Devin Haney, maybe returning, going double jab, then one to the body, which I think he's found a lot of success with, and his most successful spells in the fight has when he's been using that. He comes forward for a big left hook, Devin Haney, but misses by quite a bit there. Might be a sign of overcommitting with the big shots, maybe looking for that knockout now, coming into close range. They exchange shots, but a fantastic uppercut landing from Devin Haney. And that uppercut,
beautiful there, Joe.
Lovely uppercuts all night.
Yeah, and he's doing some great body shots as well, Haney. You see a left coming up there, Joe. He's doing some good body work as well.
Does a left hook into a right hook, then comes down to the body and lands a beautiful left hand to the body there. But to the body again. He takes a couple off the side of his head, not clean. Then as he comes up, sneaks one into the body, and they're hard, heavy shots that will take a lot out of a veteran Jorge Linares. Really good.
You see a double jab coming up here, Joe.
Double jab into the straight right. Really like that. Yeah.
That is beautiful, Joe. That gives me great feeling when I see that. It's like seeing a pass from like Kevin De Bruyne in football. Do you know what I mean? When I see double jab get landed beautifully like that, pepper off someone's face, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
That was me with that uppercut last weekend. That uppercut. I've probably watched it about 25 times this week. The uppercut from Josh Taylor.
I thought you were saying you give someone an uppercut then, Joe. I had to listen to that. That was like me last week with the uppercut. I thought, bloody hell, who are you rocking up last week? No, that Taylor uppercut was sweet. I was calling for it. Like I say, if you've got a come forward fighter, uppercut, use your jab and an uppercut, you're going to stop him. Especially a lead uppercut, like you say, when you're not too close. Come in with distance with a good uppercut and that. But maybe that's what might change it for Haney in this fight. Thing with Haney, which I think's scary, Joe, when he lands a 1-2, I think he can land a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. He's got that quick hands. A couple of times in that last round, he hit Linares with a 1-2 and nothing come back. And I thought, if you come back with another 3, 4, 5s and 6 and that, you could stun Linares here. Maybe he's pacing himself a little bit, but Haney's got very fast hands and he's good at combinations, and I feel like maybe he should do like a Pacquiao style, because that's what Pacquiao does. Great, he comes in with 5s and 6. That guy comes in with punches in bunches, doesn't he? Definitely. And it's hard to do, but a big left hand here to start the round here from Haney, Joe.
Yeah, round 8 of Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares, and a really big left hand. Wow, here we go. This is really good. Both fighters are throwing. It's when they meet in the center of the ring. It's like when they get in the center, that's when they exchange. But when Haney gets Linares on the ropes, which he does quite well, but Linares came forward with a really nice combo. When he does that, then that's when he gets the most success. Uses his power in his shoulders. See a big shoulders like Devin Haney, but that's a nice jab from Linares, probably his best jab. But then a lovely uppercut coming in again, really nice.
He wants that phone booth in there, doesn't he, Linares? He wants to
of course he does,
and
he's always wanted it.
First.
He's always wanted it.
Haney's doing well, but Haney's coming in with a few uppercuts in this round, Joe. Left uppercuts.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. It just bends down. That's really good.
Look at the stats. They've thrown the same amount of punches, Joe.
Oh wow, that's unbelievable.
Wow, I've not seen.
You would have never said that.
I don't know if they've got that wrong or I'm seeing something differently here. Linares.
I would have never said that. Let us know in the comments what you think, but I would have never said that.
Linares is not throwing the same amount of punches as Devin Haney in this fight. I don't care what anyone says.
Questions in the comments over Haney's power, Jay?
I've said this, people.
Great
when you get to world level, it's hard to knock people out. And he's a veteran. He's had 5 knockout Linares. Let's not get it twisted. But look how many other fighters ain't knocked Linares out. So he's a tough guy. I think Haney has got the power, but he's in with a tough operator here. Look, the fight's not over yet, and I can still see a late stoppage for Haney.
Oh, great.
I can see Linares.
Great right hand from landing from Linares.
He's backing up a bit now. His aura's gone a bit. He's backing up a little bit. He's obviously still throwing, but that stat that they've thrown the same amount of punches has really ruffled me up there, Joe. My brain's now thinking, have I been watching something different? Because
no, I agree with you, mate. I was shocked when I saw that. To be fair, I didn't see it until you pointed it out to me. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. I thought just with the volume of jabs in the first 3 rounds alone would have put him so far ahead of Linares. I would have thought. Look at that, yeah. Oh, that's a great double jab. That pushed and snapped the head back of the former freeweight champion in Jorge Linares. Really, mate. Little left hook there, coming out with an uppercut, then coming in and out of range. Little short, productive kind of right hook landing at the end of the round for Linares. But another Haney round, Jay.
Yeah, that's probably getting boring, people. I do apologise, but for me, Haney's clearly winning.
No need to apologise, mate.
Linares is competitive. You know what I mean? He's doing great. Well, look at his face. He's battered up, Linares. Look, he's battered up. He's been involved in the fight. Obviously, if you want to go to the stat man or whatever, they're saying that the fight's pretty close in punches thrown. I see punches landed. Haney's probably about 30 to 35 punches ahead in that. So to me, that says that that's nicking the rounds. But I'm just finding some of the stuff Haney's doing is beautiful. Double jabs, some uppercuts he's coming in with. I like the way he's roughed up Linares. I think this round will be telling, Joe. I think this will be a telling round here. I think Linares might give it his all, or he might just then go on the back foot a little bit more, and Haney might sail to a good victory here, either by stoppage or points. But yeah, we're on round 9.
Good start though to the round by both fighters. Actually, both fighters having a bit of success here. Look, Chris Mannix has got it. He's got it 7-1. He's got it 7-1. We've got it 8-0. So yeah, all around the same. Oh lovely. Wow, that was beautiful. Really, really nice. Just coming out the clinch and then just landing 3 or 4 really, really like close range right hands. Now coming into the body. Really nice work from Devin Haney. I
want to see Haney Garcia and Haney Teofimo in it. Like, I think
I want to see Haney Teofimo now. We're sure we're going to talk about it after the fight, but I want to see that fight now, man. That style-wise.
Let's not rule out Linares. We could still see a late knockout, but Haney's showing great signs here.
Of course.
22 as well.
Yeah. Oh, just put it back into me, mate. He's 22 years of age. That is unbelievable. So we still got like another 10 years of him, at least.
I wouldn't even mind seeing if he gets through this fight fighting Luke Campbell. I think that's a great fight for him. I think if you're not going to be fighting the top fighters, I think that he'd probably beat him, Joe. I'm not saying that it's...
Yeah, I want to see him against Loeb. Oh, great counter pull. That was Mayweather-esque. That was Mayweather-esque counter ball from Devin Haney. Really love to see that.
Linares come back strong.
Car.
Linares is a tough dude, but it looks like Father
Really
Time's
tough.
caught up with him in this fight. He doesn't look like the same
I don't
Linares
know.
who fought Luke Campbell or fought Lomachenko, to be honest.
I've got to disagree with you. I think over there a bit, Jay. I must admit, I just think Haney's just looking unbelievable tonight. I just really do, and that's why I think it's hard to gauge where Linares is at, because I think Haney's something special, something really special.
I do, but I just feel like I don't know. I'm just not feeling. I'm a huge Linares fan. I'm just not feeling the same Linares tonight. But
great
to be fair,
left
that
hand
could be Devin Haney.
from Devin Haney. I'd like to see Luke Campbell versus Jorge Linares rematch. Oh, another good left hand from Devin Haney.
That would be a good fight, Joe. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that would be a great fight. But I probably will side with you. I think Haney's obviously limiting Linares tonight. What he can do, really. Oh, big left.
He's special. He's really, really special. Yeah, just comes under, in out of the range, just miss it, comes under Linares' shot and lands a big left hand. But you still see Linares' speed.
Look at Linares in the corner, Joe.
Yeah, what is he doing there? Are he having a little bit of a dance around in the corner, really psyching himself up? I don't know.
I think he's just woke up, Joe.
Do you think that might be a sign that he thinks he's winning this fight?
I think he's giving himself a bit of a G up. I think his experience there. I think what he's doing is he caught Haney with a big shot at the end of that round, and he's gearing himself up, saying, "Look, we're in championship rounds now. This is it. Linares has been here many times before. This is it. This is championship rounds. It's all or nothing now." So I think Linares is just pumping himself up a little bit, dancing in the corner, like you said. It's a good competitive round. I don't know. Sometimes I've got to see fights back twice. So
that was a close round for me, I must admit.
That was a close round. I'll give it even, Joe. I'm giving it even.
Back to the old evens. No, I'm only messing you about. No, I'm only running.
I'm giving it even because I
don't oppose to that at all.
I feel it was a close round, and I want to give Linares a little bit of credit because
yeah, of course, mate.
I think he was tough then. I thought he landed some good shots, and to be fair, even round, it's not really going to change the fight, and that's how I feel in that round. So yeah, it's an even round for me for that one.
Round 10 now. Been a really enjoyable fight. I really enjoyed it, and for different reasons actually. Obviously, it started off just like beautiful boxing, from just like you can appreciate the class of Devin Haney, and then it's got a bit more competitive. Really enjoyed it when they've met in the middle, phone booth kind of stuff. So it's had a bit of everything, this fight. Really, yeah, I like it. And as you say, although Haney's won most of the round, there's been quite a fair few competitive rounds. And
I've liked the spite in Haney's work. When he's got up close, he's roughed him up a bit. He's been a bit spiteful this fight. I think that's a bit different. And he does remind me of Mayweather. I don't want to keep saying that, but sometimes he does remind me of him the way that he looks. Just his look and his style and that.
Yeah.
Obviously, his defence needs working on a bit. Haney has been caught with some big shots in this fight, which you will get punished against other people. See if you don't Lopez hitting on you like Linares connected a few times tonight. Yeah, or Tank. Or even Garcia's got a bit of pop about him.
Oh, that's good. That's really nice. I like that. Just holding his lead right hand up, just waiting for Linares to make a move and then pushes through with that uppercut. Really like that. That's different. He hasn't done that before. So the amount of variety Devin Haney's shown tonight just shows he potentially has a bit of everything. Just questions over the power. Coming in, nice looping body shot.
Question over the power, Joe. Like I say, he's fighting at a lower level. It's not like...
Oh, brilliant 1-2.
He obviously hasn't got power like Tank, the one-punch power, but he's got timing, so he will knock a lot of people out with timing. But he's in against a veteran here. He's not in against no bum, no tin can.
He's in a free-weight world champion.
Linares is one of my favourite fighters. Like I say, fan since he fought Kevin Mitchell. He's fought a lot of British fighters, so we're all fully aware of Linares.
Haney comes in with a looping lead right hand, then gets caught on the chin himself with a counter left. Ref breaks them up, tells them to fight. Nice jab from Linares, though, coming in as they meet in the middle once again. Haney misses with a few shots there. Linares comes in with a shot over the top, then sneaks in a little left hand.
Oh,
hang on a
he's
minute.
wobbled in.
Wow.
He wobbled in. Haney's legs have gone funny.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
That's straight right. And I'm giving that round to Linares. I was literally just about to say, Joe, 10 seconds at the end of that round, I was going to say, I'm giving that one to Linares. And his legs went funny at the end of that round.
Okay, so in the last 5 seconds of that round, Haney walked onto a 1-2. He walked onto it because he leant forward and then Linares just landed a perfect 1-2 and his legs went from him underneath. That would have been really interesting if that was a minute earlier.
Yeah, and also, Joe, his legs went stiff. When you see fighters' legs go stiff, his legs just went stiff. And Linares like shouted in his face. So Linares like pretty much told him like, if you had another 10, even another 20 seconds, Joe, that's how bad it was.
His upper body went forward, but his legs stayed where they were. They like just
another 20 seconds, he would have been dropped. You watch that sequence again. Yeah, watch that sequence. Look there. If Linares was allowed to hit him another couple of times clean, he would have gone down. His legs were gone.
Yeah.
Oh, his legs are gone. He's just took a light left hook there, Joe.
Wow, I've seen that there. That Linares comes through with a left hook. Big momentum shift. Big momentum shift.
Oh, big shot.
The freeweight world champion, Jorge Linares, could change it all in the championship rounds. Big 1-2, coming back with a jab. He's pushing, got the strength. Haney has had the strength for 10, maybe 11, for 10 rounds. And now in the 11th for 12, after being wobbled at the end of the 10th, could the tide be turning? Devin Haney's got a hold on here. Devin Haney is in serious trouble. And a veteran like this, Joe, a veteran like this gets you hurt. Linares will know how to get rid of him. Linares is a fantastic finisher. He never had the one-punch power, but his finishing is immense. And look at that. Devin Haney holding on for dear life. The referee having to break him up fairly frequently now. Jesus Christ. Left. At close range, big left coming in from Jorge Linares. Devin Haney complains. Devin Haney's got to start throwing something here.
He's not even throwing now, Joe, is he?
He's not.
He's just throwing.
Wow. Good straight jab. This is unbelievable.
He's gone, Joe. He's not throwing anything. All he's worrying about is getting in close and holding. So he's saying in his brain isn't quite working properly. There, he's throwing a jab now. But for about 2 minutes of this round,
his legs still ain't there completely. It's like his measurement of space isn't what it was. It's a big change in the fight. He comes back with a nice double jab there, which is pleasing. And now a nice 1-2. Yeah, Devin Haney's come back now, which is nice.
I think Linares 3 years ago, 4 years ago would have took him out.
You think that's opportunity wasted there, Jay?
Yeah, Haney was really badly hurt. He was really badly hurt, and it just looks like Linares can't quite step on that gas to get to him.
Haney done well holding on though. He done well finding that hold. Definitely.
Linares wasn't really fighting him off though, was he? That's what I'm saying. No. He didn't look like he had the strength to fight Haney off and then try and get a counter punch in.
Linares should have come up with an uppercut. As soon as he tried to hold, he should be uppercutting. That for my money. Oh wow! Haney comes forward now. This is unbelievable.
Beautiful stuff, Linares. Fantastic stuff.
Really good. That's what we see. Haney done that earlier to Linares. This is fantastic.
He's got pushed to the floor.
Wow. Yeah, gets pushed
another down. Another Linares round for me here.
Another Linares round.
Linares is he's had 2 rounds and an even round in his last 3 rounds. He's done well here. Haney looks very weak here. Like there's then literally a palm to the top of his head there, just pitting down. It wasn't a knockdown, people. It was just a push down on the back of the head, but it was very light. Linares, it's a shame Linares hasn't got that extra gear to step on, because I swear down, Devin Haney at the beginning of that the end of the 10th round and beginning of the 11th round.
In the 11th. The first 2 minutes of the 11th round, really.
Yeah, he was just ducking and then diving in for the to hold, but
very lucky,
he got
very
his legs
lucky
back
there,
under
Haney.
it. Very lucky. But then at the end of the round, Joe, Linares with 3 straight right hands on Haney, which looked like it hurt Haney.
If you're Devin Haney,
thing,
how'd you go into it this last round?
Depends
Would you
how
go
his
in,
brain is,
just
Joe.
hold on into the fight, just hold on, you've won the rest of the rounds, or is he going to go out fighting?
In stuff like this, Joe, it'd be rude for me to say what he'd do, because it's how he's feeling. We don't know how his brain is, how his legs are feeling. So if I was him, I would probably do the same as the last round. He held quite a lot, stopped himself from getting in danger. He won the fight on points.
Linares obviously coming out on the front foot. Chris Mannix's scorecard is 108, 101, obviously in favour to Devin Haney. So yeah, but that. I don't disagree with that scorecard at all, but it doesn't tell you that it's like how decent the fight's been, because it's been really enjoyable. The fight been really obviously thoroughly entertaining the past 2-3 rounds.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing I haven't liked though. Since Haney's been hurt, I haven't liked the way that he's moaned to the ref quite a lot. Like if there's like a punch on the ear or something.
I think the refs handled it really well though.
Yeah, and I agree. But I just didn't like that with Haney. I'd rather you bite down on your gum shield and fight back. I don't like it that you're complaining, because you weren't complaining for the first 10 rounds. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you were winning.
Right hand from Devin Haney there. Just moving back. Narrow controlling distance once again. But isn't this what we wanted? Devin Haney to get hurt and come back. You said before that you wanted a test like that.
I did want a test like that, but I wanted it from the beginning, and then him to maybe get through it and
good one
maybe coast at the end. I didn't want him to coast in the beginning, look like he's going to get a stoppage, look $1 million, and then get thrown into a dogfight. Still, though, it's good for his learning. Look, do you know what I mean?
Really
it's experience.
Good. This is one of the best learning fights I think anyone could have. This is.
But I feel like with Andrade. First 3 rounds, I'm thinking to myself in my head, this guy can be a well-being.
I think he's different with Andrade. I think it's different. Like with Andrade, you just get the feeling it's a sense of complacent. But I never thought Devin Haney has become complacent in this fight.
Nah, it's been a competitive fight.
Yeah, really. Yeah, like even now, Devin Haney came back with that double jab, which take away the jab, Linares would have. I know take away probably the most important punch, but it's been so key for Devin Haney in this fight, the jab.
Oh yeah.
Great 100%. Over the top. Haney's got a hold on here. Great over the top. Right hand from Jorge Linares. It's the last 40 seconds of round 12 for the WBC Lightweight title fight. If it goes the distance, surely Devin Haney has done it. But over the past 3 rounds, Jorge Linares has unloaded a lot of punishment on the world champion Devin Haney. He's holding on pretty heavy there.
No, this is disgusting. Wow, that is disgusting. No, I don't like this. No, I do not like this.
Go on, Jay.
I don't like this. What Devin Haney's doing in the last 30 seconds of this fight? He wasn't even looking to punch. He just went in.
Just holding.
I don't mind if you're going to hold, but but Joe, it didn't even look tactical.
And
it just looked sloppy.
That's the end of the fight, guys. And I'm sure.
Well, you see Floyd Mayweather seeing his face in the crowd, then it don't look too happy. First 6 rounds, Haney looked fantastic, Joe. Last 6 rounds, he looked average.
Does that mean Haney's gonna? Does Linares think he's
getting booed? He's getting booed. Like, I think they're booing because of his tactics since he got hurt, which you can say is tactics and that. But he was complaining about rabbit punches, and then he was doing that. Joe, it didn't look nice. Him holding them last 30 seconds. Like, he didn't even look hurt. He just looked like he was just. I don't know what he was doing. He just dived into it. But look, great performance.
Yeah, he ain't getting a good reception, Devin Haney. He's not getting a good reception at all. And look,
Linares is having a go at his dad, isn't he?
Strange.
I don't really know much about Bill Haney. Does Bill Haney get involved quite a bit? Does he? I don't know.
He doesn't hold back his words, shall we say?
Oh, okay. I've not really followed Bill as much as Devin, but we had a comment earlier about people saying about. I was just wondering there because I saw him having a bit of a to do with Linares. I don't think it's close in the fact of you don't know who's going to win it. I think it's a clear winner. That's for sure.
Of course.
But Linares, I think the Linares that fought Kevin Mitchell would have stopped Haney tonight. It's a bit similar in that sort of fight where Kevin dominated the majority of the fight, and then when Kevin's eye hurt and he got him hurt a little bit, that was the end of it. And it was like this tonight. Haney was coasting it, clear, but then when that big shot hit Joe at the end of was it the 10th round?
Yeah, at the end of the 10th.
That was big. But I had Linares winning that last round. I had him winning the last 3 and drawing round 9. So yeah, it was a competitive fight, really competitive. I'd like to see Linares Campbell rematch next. That wouldn't be too bad. But I do think that Linares is done at world level for the world titles. I think he could maybe fight for another eliminator and maybe have a chance. But I think the killer instinct's gone from Linares. I feel a little bit. I feel like the Linares of old would have stopped Haney. He was hurt. He was really hurt. People might not think he was, but you saw it at the end of that 10th round, Joe. His legs went stiff and he didn't recover for at least 2 minutes in the next round. And then he was hurt quite a few times after that when he kept holding. So the shots were affecting him. I think Haney's a great fighter. I just want to see him now in the bigger fights. I think he can't have too many of these Gamboa, Linares fights. It needs to be that.
He's got to move on now.
The Tanks,
I'm sure when we see the decision, we'll obviously go through it. But I just want to get a couple of reactions from the fans here. James Smith in the comment section. Great performance overall. Showed he can get through adversity. Assuming Lopez wins in a few weeks, we have to see Haney Lopez next. Hang on, Jay, if you just want to get the scores, mate, where you're a couple of seconds ahead.
There's a unanimous decision. I only heard the last scorecard, 115, 113.
That's close.
Haney's won it, but I don't know the other 2 scorecards.
Okay, we'll get them through as soon as we get that. But yeah, we there's no shock there. But 115, 113 is quite close.
That is close.
Really close. And as we say, if we don't, I'm taking a break from boxing again. That's James Smith. He's saying we need to see that fight with Teofimo Lopez, and we'll discuss potential opponents in a minute. W. Riles, good evening, Riles. Should have been disqualified for hugging. He was holding on certainly in the last 2 rounds.
I would have said disqualified, but what I say is it didn't look very.
Get a point taken away.
Maybe, Joe. At the end of that 12th round, what I didn't like was that there was. I don't know if he was hurt. Like let's keep it real. We don't know if he was hurt. He might have been dazed. But the way that he was going into the hold, there was no ambition to throw a punch on the way in. It was literally, it was rugged, and I don't like that. I like the sweet art of boxing, like I said, the jab and that. But like I say, if he was probably more hurt than what we thought he might have been, and then he done what he needed to do. Look, the guy got a W. I'm not going to criticise too much. I didn't like it. It wasn't attractive, but he needs the big fights. He's getting interviewed now. I don't know if you want to talk for a minute, Joe, get some comments out. I'll quickly listen to what Devin says, and then I'll relay back.
Of course. Alby says Haney been hyped too much, but a good fight. But he good fighter, but loads of work to do. He showed his class for me tonight. He showed what he's about. He showed that there's still room for improvement. He showed what he's capable of, and it also showed that you need these fights. You need these fights because before this fight, I said it for anyone who's watching the stream. Before the fight, I said I weren't exactly the highest on this fight when it originally got announced. I wanted the Lopez, I wanted the Garcia, I wanted the Tanks. But then thinking about it, I was like, okay, so we're really going to go from Gamboa to Teofimo Lopez. I think Linares was a perfect fight for Devin Haney. Perfect fight. Tonight, put up a good performance, good effort from Jorge Linares. Obviously, troubled Devin Haney later in the fight. And I'm glad he's troubled. He was troubled. That's something to work on in the gym for these bigger fights. And for me now...
concussion, though, Joe, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, mate. What's he saying then?
He says he wasn't hurt at the end of that round. And he said that...
what, round 10?
He said he wasn't hurt. And then the commentator, he goes, I wasn't hurt. It was a good shot, but I wasn't hurt. And then the commentator said, well, it looked like you in the next round was just you trying to compose yourself and get your feet underneath yourself. And he just said, no.
Fair comment.
He just went, nah. He went, sometimes you just got to be smart in the boxing ring, and I was just being smart. So
interesting to see what Eddie says.
I don't know what he was on about there. Like,
Ian Dixon, 117, 113, first two scorecards. Just clearing it up. Thank you, Ian Dixon.
Scorecards, Ian. Yeah, that's correct. But he's not really accepting adversity here. He's like saying, I wasn't hurt. He said he's happy with his performance, which if he's happy, he's happy. But, mate, you got to acknowledge that you were hurt there. Like, you were hurt, and for the last 2 rounds, you were holding on. So,
yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. And accept it. Own it. Own the fact that you got rocked. It's boxing. And you managed to hold on. You managed to hold on for 2 rounds.
I'd say, look, he hurt me. I've got some big nuts. I used my experience in the fact of I knew the ring craft and knew how to get close. And you say props, but don't say you didn't get hurt in that when we all thought you did get hurt. Like, that's the... Because you don't know what to believe then. Do you know what I mean? I know fighters say a lot of different things, like, you know, when they say, I had a great camp and all that, the usual spiel that you hear and that. But after a fight, I think that's when the fighters need to be honest in that. And I think he should have been honest and give Linares the credit. He said he hit me with a big shot, but he buzzed you. Your legs went underneath you. Your legs went stiff. Look, we watched enough fights, Joe, between us and the viewers to know that he was hurt. So the viewers, get your comments out there. Do you think Devin Haney was hurt at the end of the 10th round?
Yeah, what did you make of Devin Haney's performance? Like, because at the end of the day, it was by far his hardest fight to date. And just see Rodrigo da Silva pep talk. Are you doing the Tio Cambosos fight? And what's that? I think that's the 19th of June, isn't it? And I don't see why we wouldn't be doing it, Jay.
Yeah, no. I would like to do that fight. Obviously, it's on Triller and that. I don't know where Triller. What's that? Is that on Fight Pass? Is it something, Joe? I don't know. We'll
don't know
find
yet.
some way of getting it.
But I know how much. You want to see Mike Wilson versus Michael Hunter, Jay. I'm sure we'll be doing it.
That one? How did I forget that one, Joe? That one's in the diary. That one's the biggest event of the year.
Biggest event.
Yeah. Look, the only thing better you're going to get on there is probably Snoop Dogg's commentary. But apart from that, look, apart from any other show, Triller ain't going to be on there. It's going to be a poor card. But I'm happy to watch the Teofimo Lopez fight.
No, really. And John O'Carroll's in a good fight.
And look, any British fighter, I'm on it. Like tonight, we wanted to come on a bit earlier, not just do the main event. We wanted to see the British fighters in action. So yeah. Look, we're always supporting our British fighters and our international fighters. Look, we support all fighters. We look at that. Yeah, I'm up for that fight. We're here on every watch along, so we're pretty much we'll definitely be doing the main event. Let's say that, won't we, Joe?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We'll be doing that.
Talking of boxing legends, Jay, another legend has just been solidified. Nonito Donaire, at the age of 38, has knocked out Nordine Ubali to become the WBC bantamweight champion. He's now, that means, he's a 4-weight world champion now, Nonito Donaire. So unbelievable. Is he 4-weight? Yeah, the hat has to come off.
And he's also one of the nicest guys in boxing, Joe.
Yeah,
the guy's a very nice
knocked him out
gentleman.
in the 4th round. Knocked him out in the 4th round.
And that's a good victory because the guy he was fighting was a WBC champion. Look, Donaire is a great fighter. He gave Inoue probably his hardest fight he's had. You know what I mean? The guy is elite. He's elite. There's no elite.
Future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer.
And you got to give people Cole Frampton credit. Cole Frampton beat him.
That win looks so much better now.
Yeah, mate, he's a top fighter and character, Joe. He's been beat, he's come back, and he's proved it. He's like another Pacquiao. He's another throwback. Him and Pacquiao, same sort of mould.
The Philippine clash.
Yeah, mate, I'm so happy you've told me that. I didn't know that. I knew he was fighting this evening.
Obviously knew he was fighting this evening, yeah. We should have spoke about it before, really. My fault. Should have spoke about it before. Obviously, I knew it was on, but where my full attention was on this fight tonight, I kind of look. We see it here. Just gone on BoxRec, right? So he's 38 years old, 41 wins and 6 defeats, and he's just in his first fight after Naoya Inoue as well. He's knocked out Nordine Ubali, 17-0. The WBC bantamweight champion. That unbelievable. So he's only lost to Nui, Carl Frampton, Jesse Magdaleno, Nicholas Walters, Rigondeaux, but fantastic. What a career, what a fighter, and so entertaining. That fight with Nui.
And you know what fight you want next, don't you, Joe? It's got to be Nonito Donaire. And who's that crazy Mexican? You know, the crazy one that beat, he's the world champion, isn't he?
Julio Cesar Martinez.
Oh, Martinez. What a fight. That's got to be in it. They're in the same weight category, aren't they?
No. Donaire's bantam and 2 weights difference. Unfortunately, 2 weights difference.
Mate, that would have been a great fight. I thought they were in the same weight category. So sorry. When you get down to them smaller weights, it's so close, isn't it, with them fighters, because there's so many weights close together. So
100%. I'm just going to look at the bantamweight rankings now. Obviously got Inoue. Like to see a Rigondeaux rematch. Oh, how about Juan Real Casemiro? You know, the guy who beat. He beat Edwards, didn't he? He beat Sonny Edwards, and obviously he knocked out Zolani. Sorry, not Charlie Edwards. That was his first world title shot, Charlie, which he lost. And then he knocked out Zolani Tete. And we all know how good Zolani Tete is. So yeah, I want to see that fight. First and foremost, I want to see Casemiro versus Inoue. But then who's to say Nonito Donaire could get a rematch with Inoue? I'd love to see it.
I want to see that fight. It's his hardest fight. That should be the next fight.
That was fight of the year in 2019. Absolutely brilliant. I remember that was like on a Thursday daytime. Absolutely loved it. Just eating my lunch, watching the boxing. That was absolutely brilliant. And
great stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. And just because he's done that tonight, Nonito Donaire, we've got to talk about Manny Pacquiao against Errol Spence very quickly. We haven't really spoke about it live. I know we spoke about it off air, Jay, but what do you think about that fight? I've heard mixed opinions on the fight, but on your opinion, what do you make of Manny Pacquiao, the legend, fighting the current pound for pound star and number 1 welterweight Errol Spence Jr.?
Well, I think when you get to like Manny Pacquiao sort of stature, that guy can decide who he wants to fight. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather see Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence than Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. So, look,
of course,
these are the things that we're operating now. Pacquiao 2 years ago come and beat the undefeated Keith Thurman, who was highly touted in the welterweight division. Obviously, he was on a bit of an absence, Keith Thurman. I think he was on a 2-year absence himself. But when he was active, he was one of the most dominant welterweight champions out there. So, look, Pacquiao's got it in his locker. I think Spencer's the favourite. Do not get me wrong. He's a bigger man. He's probably the best ranked welterweight in the world right now. Him and Crawford are probably 1 and 2. Whoever you like, you pick.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Pacquiao won, Joe. It's one of them fights where you can say the bookmakers can say Spencer's the favourite, but Pacquiao's proved it time and time again that he could come back and win this. I honestly think Spence will win. I think he'd be a bit too big, but I know you're a massive Pacquiao fan.
Massive.
One of your favourite fighters, if not your favourite fighter of all time.
Yep,
and Pacquiao can do it. And I love stories, and Pacquiao beating Errol Spence will be a massive story. And Pacquiao's just a great gentleman. He's a great guy. Like we said, like Donaire, built from the same sort of mould. He's been defeated before, come back stronger. And like I say, I'd rather see, and I think a lot of the viewers, get your comments in, you'd rather see Pac-Man versus Spence than Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. So, look, let's just keep it real and give give Manny the credit he deserves and good luck to him. Do you know what I mean? I'll be watching the fight.
Definitely.
We'll be watching the fight. We'll probably have it on here.
I'm so looking forward to it. I'm looking forward. Yeah, it's the fight I'm most looking forward to now.
And it's good for Spence as well, because if Spence wins, it's good for his legacy. Obviously, everyone wants to see the Spence versus Crawford fight, but if them fights ain't going to be made, no, I don't think it'll be happening. And just going on Crawford, Bob Arum. If you can't promote Terence Crawford, then there's something going wrong here, because he's one of the biggest pound for pound stars. He's number 1, not number 1, sorry, number 2 or number 3, or definitely in everyone's top 5 at least. It promotes itself. Just give the guy a big fight. If not, let the Zone and Matchroom snap him up, and there's some big fights. Because for me, I'm not really a supporter of promotions per se. Obviously, Matchroom's the one I favour because I think they put on the better shows. But I'm a fan of the fighters, and I want the fighters to have the best fights possible. And I want Terence Crawford to go to wherever he can get the biggest and best fights for his career. You get one career, and a short career, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Look at 2 of the fighters on that undisputed record, Joe, who's out of the 5. Josh Taylor and Terence Crawford. And they don't get the credit they deserve due to the promotion. So, Josh Taylor, someone get behind him or go with Eddie. At the end of the day, let's keep it real. Go with Eddie Hearn. He's going to get you the biggest fights on the biggest shows with the biggest production. So, that's what I would do if I was them fighters. And I would go with someone like Eddie Hearn to get you up there. Look at the welterweight division for Terence Crawford. There's massive fights out there. I'll tell you who I'd like to see him fight. Not just yet, but Conor Benn in a year's time. Imagine if Conor Benn had a fight against... Look, I'll throw it out there, yeah? This is a crazy scenario, yeah, Joe? And look, people, this is what you're going to get on our weekly show. We're going to be debating like this, and it's going to be everyone involved. But imagine if Conor Benn fights David Avanesian next year, beats him in a tough fight. Because you know that's a tough fight.
You think he'll fight Avanesian next?
No, I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying...
imagine, cool,
just imagine it. And because people are going to say, how's he going to fight a Terence Crawford? But I'm just saying, he has a tough fight, beats David Avanesian, beats him, then fights a Sean Porter, beats a Sean Porter, then a Terence Crawford fight. I'm not being funny. Crawford can't even get a fight at the moment. So I'm not saying that's the fight for next, but I'm just saying, if you went to Matchroom, there's people like that you can fight. You can integrate into the scenario. Look, Josh Taylor's another great fight for Terence Crawford. There's fights out there, but Bob Arum ain't going to give him the money. Bob Arum's admitted he can't even make Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter. He said he ain't got the money for it. So who are you going to get a Terence Crawford to fight if he can't fight a Sean Porter, who's deservedly on world level? You got to admit, Sean Porter's a world level fighter.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's not even a world champion, and he can't even get a fight for him against Sean Porter. So what he's going to do about it? I'd even like to see Kell Brook fight Sean Porter again. That would have been a good fight, but Kell Brook's too big for 147. I don't know what's going to go on with Kell Brook, Amir Khan, what's going to go on. These people, boxing don't need these fighters no more. That's the problem. Boxing's moved on. It's not like 2 years ago where everyone was demanding the Kell Brook, Amir Khan fight. It's got to the point where people are like, well, I don't even want to see you fight anyone. So I'm not really too bothered. So
I'm sure this... No, sorry, go on, Jay.
But there's going to be fans out there go, I'd like to see Amir Khan, Kell Brook probably, but come on. Like,
really? We'll still watch it, won't we? Like, let's be real, we'll still watch it.
It's lost its... It's not.
We'll still pay the 20 quid pay-per-view.
They're not active, Joe. They're not active.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're not. So it's not like they're active fighters and everyone's behind them. It'd just literally be they're in it for a bit of cash. It's a bit of an entertaining fight, but it's never going to be a main event, I don't think, anymore. It might be on an undercard of an AJ fight or something, or it might be a headline at an O2 show, but it's not going to be a big big fight like it used to be.
Yeah, look, Rodrigo da Silva. I don't know if you saw it earlier, Rodrigo, but we was talking at Pep Talk. PS5 finally got a boxing game come up, Esports Boxing Club. Jorge Linares was donning it on his shorts this evening, promoting the game, and me and Jay can't wait for the game, and we're going to bring you loads of Esports Boxing Club content. We're probably going to stream some fights between us, going to get some fans involved, get them on, have some fan tournaments, Pep Talk fan tournaments. That's what we're going to plan to do anyway. And yeah, no, absolutely cannot wait for Esports Boxing Club, Jay.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, we'll probably in the next few weeks we'll probably dedicate a show to it or something. Or each week we'll be going into the game and that. We're looking to get people into it. People who've been reviewing the game, people involved in the game. That's our plans going forward. We want to get some people from the game on the show, and also some boxers. When we're going to get some young fighters and also established fighters on the show, we're going to ask them, "Are you excited about the game? Do you want to get in the game? If you're not in the game already,
do you want to be in the game? Yeah.
Do you want to be in the game? What's this game change for the boxing world? It's a game changer in the boxing world. It's not just the fights, the real fights that's going to change boxing. It's going to be stuff like this: the games, the promotion, the brands, the way that they're promoted, like the UFC. As I always go back to that blueprint, it's all about the fighters. It's all about the fighters, and more exposure is going to be better for boxing. And
of course,
like Joe said, we're going to be bringing content to you. We're going to be looking to stream the game when it comes out. Tournaments, like Joe said, pound for pound tournaments. We're going to do weight classes, legends tournaments, the female tournament. We're going to look to try and get boxers involved, people involved in the boxing world. When this game comes out, everyone's going to be playing it in the boxing world, whether they're the fighters themselves, promoters, or fans like yourself. So look, we're going to try and get something set up. We're going to be debating it, see what everyone's opinions is on it. And then when it comes out late fall in the year, we'll be set up and look, there's going to be fun times ahead for everybody. So there are heavyweights in the game. You've got Riddick Bowe, who's been announced on there.
Ali,
both
obviously.
Brothers, Muhammad Ali, Frank Bruno. Look, check it out. Look, do a bit of research.
Joe Joyce is in it from the current
Joe
crop.
Joyce is in
Alexander
it, yeah. David Adelaide.
David Adelaide. I think obviously why heavyweights probably refer. Oh, Alexander Usyk's in it, probably referring to the main two, AJ Fury. So we understand that where AJ Fury are part of UFC 4, that have got a contract with EA Sports, which probably means they can't appear in a boxing game. In any
and it's not the
game.
final product yet, Joe.
No, they're still adding fighters, and obviously, say Fury, AJ, Wilder, we don't know. Hopefully, he does get added to it. James Smith, is Errol Spence in it? Yes, he is.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he is in it, Jay. Yep, Crawford's in it. So
Spence in it.
Yeah, so hopefully we finally get Spence Crawford in some capacity. Yep, James Smith says, going to start a career mode at lightweight, move up and make sure I keep that O on my record. Don't worry about the O, James.
James Smith, I'll challenge you right now, my friend. I will beat you. Best out of 5, first to 3 victories. Lightweight. I'm Josh Taylor. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. James Smith, 1-on-1.
Here we go. James, you've been called out, mate. You have been called out by JLB
and anyone,
himself.
Joe, and anyone in the YouTube world, I'll challenge you. Esports boxing game, it's on.
Mate, I was...
The call-outs are coming.
The call-outs are coming.
I won't win a real fight, Joe, but I'll win a computer fight.
Yeah, exactly. A remote control warrior. There you go. The remote control warrior. That's your that'll be your alias. The remote control warrior. Definitely.
That's true.
I reckon.
True. Or the couch potato. Oh, that's
the couch potato, Charlie Sloth.
Yes, that's correct. And we know you're going to be Joe Calzaghe. That's going to be you.
Joe Calzaghe, that is me. Is he in the game yet? Has it been confirmed that
I think so. Well, they want to have Joe in the game.
They've got to have him in the game. I was playing Fight Night Champions yesterday, just to have a little feel, just to get in the mood for a boxing game. And yeah, boy, have we missed a boxing game. And literally in that 10, 11 years where there hasn't been a boxing game, the development in graphics, how different is it going to be? Like, it will look so good.
Joe. The viewers, get in there. James Smith, have you not seen it? Look, you're going to be working behind that job all night long. Well, I'll be working behind the jab while you're working behind that job, my friend. And it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great battle.
Look, Rodrigo's with you, Jay. He's team couch potato.
Look, it's team couch potato. Look, come on. Look, we're going to do it. Double jab, uppercut. You know how it's going to end, Joe. I'm like Tyson Fury. I'll tell you how it's going to go. Double jab, uppercut, left, right, good night. See you later. onto the WBO, WBC, and Ring Magazine champion.
Right.
Look, it's all gonna look. People, look. You can win actual world ranking titles on there, which is good for career mode. Me and Joe said that makes the games better, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah,
like
really
you're gonna
good.
be WBC champion,
really good.
IBF,
And rankings,
Ring Magazine,
which is good.
and
Rankings, which I'm loving.
So, yeah, James Smith. Look, we love the banter. There'll be great banter coming till the game comes out. This is what we want. This is what we want for the channel. We want all you viewers getting involved. We want to look, instead of real grudge matches, let's build up some grudge matches for the virtual game and that. Make things more light-hearted, more fun. Look, life's about being fun.
There's a create your own boxer mode as well.
Create your own boxer. We'll have our own ones on. We'll have the Pet Talk boys on there. We'll do that. So
I reckon we'll have to do a little John Fury versus Mickey Theo. Create a little John Fury and create a Mickey Theo. I think that's a definite.
This is the fun things that are on there. And look, we're also going there not just for tournaments. Me and Joe even said we might even do career modes on there, stream them and put them online. Yeah. There's so much content out there. We're looking to make the channel bigger and better, get the viewers involved. And look, this can be some great stuff for the whole boxing world. And like we say, we're going to bring so much content until the game's out. We're going to try and maybe get hold of the people involved. And look, your favourite fighter's not in it. But look, like we said, each month they're adding new fighters. And look, when fighters are seeing they're not in the game, they're going to be phoning up the game saying, can I get in the game? Can I get into it? At the beginning, they're going to be like, what's going on? But you can see Canelo's in the game. Literally. If I was Dillian White, get yourself in the game, my friend, because that's big.
Get in the
yourself
game.
in the game.
Get your head in the game.
And look, me and Joe spoke off air. We spoke. We think that maybe once Eddie Hearn leaves Sky, he might jump on the game somehow, because you've got Todd Grisham in the game, who works for DAZN. Maybe there's some sort of contractual thing at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Hearn and DAZN might get involved in the game afterwards, because obviously they're a big pushing factor. They want to get into the media. Look into the gameplay, people. The gameplay is the most realistic gameplay you're going to find. There's so much good stuff going on. The footwork, the way that the fighters move, the counter punches. There's a good element in the game where you don't even have to press a block button. It's that realistic that if you move a certain way and the fighter hits your arm or your shoulder, it's going to be a block. It's not going to really affect your fighter. So the style of my character, I'm not too sure on that. Joe's probably going to have a few ideas on his character. It might be like Pac-Man, coming in with 5 or 6 combinations.
A Gatti.
But you know how I'll stop that, Joe. You know I'm going to stop that. Double jab, uppercut.
Stiff jab.
I'm just going to press 3 buttons. Double jab, uppercut all night. And if I get knocked out, I'll get knocked out. If I win, I'll win. It's
the movement, in and out, getting on jab to the body. Like I'll be a Toro Pacquiao Hatton in one. That'll be the style.
A hybrid of a baby boxer, isn't it, Joe?
I'll have some of that.
That'd be some fighter. That'd be some fighter.
And I will call it a Toro. I'll call him a Toro Hatton. No, a Toro Pac-Man Hatton. That's his name as well. A Toro the Pac-Man.
That's going to be his name, is it? Oh, wow.
That's his name. Wow. That's his name.
Wow. That's his name. I can't wait to fight him. It'd be very intriguing to see this guy in competition. But
I'm not sure his nationality yet. I'm not sure of his nationality.
Yeah, dual nationality. So it'd be crazy, because I think that look at the people that are going to be involved in the game, Joe. There's people like Vidal Riley in the game. He's at 4-0. He's a novice in the pro game at the moment, who I've got great respect for. You're going to have Dalton Smith, prospects. Look, you're going to have great prospects in the game.
Hopey Price.
So that's going to be Hopey Price. The style of my fighter is probably going to be more of a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight sort of type of fighter. I probably will go heavyweight. I like that. There's some great heavyweights in the game. Riddick Bowe. Look, me and Joe have already talked. Riddick Bowe versus Vitaly Klitschko.
First game Riddick Bowe's ever been in. First game Riddick Bowe's ever been in, I'm pretty sure.
And look at the gameplay, Joe.
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes. Their records on there is fantastic. They have all their records when they turn pro. The detail is fantastic. There's an adrenaline mode on there where if you hurt your opponent and you go for the kill and your heartbeat goes up too high, you'll get an adrenaline dump, and then if you don't end your opponent, they can come on strong. There's some great features, and obviously we're going to go more in detail in the future shows and that.
Of course.
We're going to have a set show a week, like Joe said, either on a Sunday or a Monday. I think that's the negotiations at the moment. If you viewers want to get involved and say what day you would like us to have our show on, that's going to be the case. Input's great. We're here for the fans. That's one of the main reasons we're here. Fans. We're fans ourselves before we've done this. we wanted to watch stuff like this. We've got people in the game like IFL we look up to, Boxing Social. There's people that are reviewing this boxing game that we look up to as well, that Joe watches. He's got me into it. I've been watching it the last few days. So look, we're here to bring the best content for people. We do the watch-alongs, which is fantastic. We get to interact with everybody. We get Eddie Hall's in the game.
Eddie Hall's in the
fantastic.
Game. Exactly.
Yes, he's fighting Thor, so I presume Thor's probably in the game at some point.
Yeah.
Look, the game's not a finished product, people.
Don't know if you saw anyone see that for Validity. That was that was strange. 4 rounds, wasn't it? 4-round exhibition.
Thor's lost a lot of weight, people. If you're not seeing him, he's slimmed down a lot. The standards are not going to be fantastic, but I don't mind when it's two people at the same level. So you're going to get Eddie Hall versus Thor. Simon Vanilli, it was just an exhibition. It wasn't really a full go out and knock each other out kind of fight. They still give it a good go. It was competitive, but look, James Smith, David Price, he would be fantastic on the game.
He's in the game. I'm pretty sure he's in it.
You hit someone with a big haymaker with David Price or a solid jab, you're going to feel it. But look, look, people, throw all your fights to us. Get on our social medias, get on Pep Talk. Now we've thrown it to you about the game and that. Just throw all your opinions to us. Tell us what fights you want. Me and Joe, we'll start noting down the fights because we're bang behind this and we're going to help promote it. We've also got Fight Zone. We're going to help promote on a weekly basis as well with the UK broadcasters. So we're going to get behind them. So people, look, it's going to be fantastic stuff. And look, the future's bright. And look, coming into the summer and the end of the year, when the weather starts getting a bit crap, the sun goes down, we're all going to be home. We're going to be smashing this game out. And look, we're going to be writing your fights down, and we will be making these fights happen. You can't get them in the real world. But on the virtual world, these fights are going to be happening.
Will be there
Classics.
To do it. Look, James Smith's just final word on Esports Boxing Club for tonight, and then we'll just finish up on Devin Haney. But I didn't know the roster was so big. Can't wait. Is it just on PS5 or Xbox as well?
PS4.
No.
It's on PS4.
What I think they're doing, they're phasing it. It's a phased release. I think it's they start off with PC, and then it comes out to Xbox One and PS4, and then a little bit later, then it goes to PS5 and whatever the new Xbox is called. So the next generation consoles. So that is what, and then hopefully it's all out by the end of the year, and that's enough time to get some great fighters on board. Because this game,
Joe's Xbox One, so we'll be on it straight away, won't we, Joe?
Yeah, of course, we will be on it as soon as we can. But just to finish off, Jay, it's been a good night tonight. I've enjoyed this one. I don't know about you.
It's nice.
No, just enjoyed watching the boxing. But yeah, Devin Haney. How do you assess his performance, and what is the one fight you would choose for him next?
So yeah, Devin Haney, let's do a quick recap. I thought he looked fantastic, Joe. First 3 to 4 rounds, I thought this guy, he looked on a different level, mate. I was getting butterflies. I didn't want to say too much at the time, but he was showing me some skills that I was seriously impressed with. Fair play to Linares. Look, let's give Linares credit before we finish off with Devin Haney. Great veteran, proved himself to be a great fighter that he is. Nearly stopped Haney late on in the fight. The last 3 rounds were Linares', so he ended the fight really well. But Devin Haney, it's got to be big fights now. It's got to be Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, any of them boys. Get involved. Let's see it. And look, the lightweight division, apart from the top boys, underneath Linares is that next crop. Luke Campbell's that next crop. Do you want to see him, Luke Campbell? To be fair,
Fortuna.
I want to see the Fortuna. Look, if none of the other world title fights happen, Joe, which could highly be likely in the world of boxing at the moment,
of course,
I would like to see him fight a Fortuna or Luke Campbell next. That's not my preference. So people, I'm not saying that's the fight to be made next. The fight to be made is the Lopez fight. But if them fights can't be made, I'd say Luke Campbell or Fortuna next for Devin Haney. But the future's bright for Devin Haney, 22. And look, I know you wasn't too sure on Devin Haney before this fight. Hopefully he's changed your opinion in some way in this fight, Joe.
100%. And if it's all right, Jay, just before we finish off, I just want to throw some quick fire fights and see who you reckon's going to win.
Okay,
Lightweight division.
let's go.
And get involved, people. Get involved. Right, we'll start off. Obvious. Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney, undisputed.
Well, I'd say you'd have to say Lopez just because he beat Lomachenko and on his last fight. But it's a very, very good fight, Joe. I couldn't call. To be fair, like I said, it's like back with the super middleweights, the middleweights back in the day when you had Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn, Collins, when they all fought each other. Like you said, they all need to fight each other, and a loss doesn't really detract anyone because it's at that high level quality. You go on to the next one kind of thing. You just fight each other. So I think Lopez. I'd go Lopez. Just nix it.
Okay, then next one, Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor at super lightweight, light welter.
Super light. So yeah, Josh Taylor for me. The guy's got the biggest nuts I've ever seen out of a fighter. Honestly, the guy, he literally wears his heart on his sleeve when he fights. He puts the nut in there. He's got great boxing skills. He's a southpaw, tough as boots. I think he's big for that weight as he is anyway. I think he can go to 147. So if Teofimo come up, I thought Taylor might be a bit too big, but I'm definitely going Taylor to win that fight. For me,
Vasily Lomachenko versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
Oh,
I like this one as well. I think it's really close.
I'm going to go Tank.
Oh, controversial.
Power. Anyone
let
with
us know
one
in the
punch
comments.
power,
Let us know.
I'd say Davis by knockout, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lomachenko won on points. But I just don't think you can keep away from them. Davis's power for 12 rounds.
All right, a couple more. We'll go Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney.
I'm going Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's got his number. Ryan Garcia, great fighter. Going through a bad time at the moment. Come back soon, Ryan Garcia. I want to see you in the ring, competing for a world title and doing what you do great. But Devin Haney's beat him as an amateur a couple of times. I feel like he's got a bit of a mental edge. And when someone's a mandatory and then they're not fighting for the world title, there's an issue there. Ryan Garcia is mandatory for Devin Haney, but is refusing to fight Devin Haney. So, to me, there's a bit of a mental block there from Ryan Garcia or his team. That obviously Devin beat him a couple of times as an amateur. They've seen Devin. Devin Haney is a very, very avoided fighter. You can see what fighters are avoided by the competition that they fight. When elite fighters are fighting people that ain't not very good, because that's not fair to say Linares, but maybe ain't on world level at the moment, it's because the world level people are refusing to fight him. So Devin Haney's very underestimated. I'd say Devin Haney beats Garcia.
All right, last one. Teofimo Lopez versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
I'll tell you who definitely is a winner. Boxing would be a winner if that fight got made.
Boxing's the winner for that one.
Definitely. Boxing's the winner for that one, Joe, because Teofimo's got some boxing skills. He can box, but he can also fight. Tank Davis can fight.
I love Teo.
Yeah, I think his energy is great for boxing. But look, I'm not one of these that I don't want to see him fight him because it might be difficult. Throw them all in there, Joe. Let's have a Royal Rumble. Let's go extreme.
There we go. Let's have
them all in there.
Extreme rules.
Extreme rules, yeah.
And I want to
see them all in there.
I'll say, right, because those 5 lightweights, Vasily Lomachenko, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney, if they all fought each other, not one boxer will come out undefeated. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe.
But why can you put Ryan Garcia up there? Because I'm not being funny. I know he's got the name, but he ain't world champion, and he's refusing to fight a mandatory. Do you know what I mean? So,
okay. No, I'm just going because that's what people were saying.
No. I know. I agree with you, Joe. But I'm just saying, why do they put him in the 4 Kings? When he wins a world title, you throw him in there because the others have been world champion. And I don't disagree with his numbers on TikTok and his social media platform. Garcia's up there, but he's not been world champion yet. So he's not even been a world champion, and he's not fighting the mandatory, which is Devin Haney, which is also a rival. That's a great storyline. Do you know what I mean? So, look, if Ryan Garcia comes back and says I want Devin Haney and beats Devin Haney, as again, it'll be another hats off to you, sir.
Hats off moment, yeah.
And that's what I like to see. I like character. I've said it many times on this show. Character comes a long way for me. Losses mean nothing to me. Because like I said to you, there's many things that I've seen in fighters that lose that do great things. Or what, like Linares, I watched Linares tonight. There's things that he does great. Just because a fighter loses doesn't mean they don't do great things in a ring. Same with football teams. Football teams lose, but they got great players in their team that do great things. So, look, people, if you can change your mentality a little bit when it comes to losing, just try and take positives what you see from someone who loses, because a defeat doesn't always mean a defeat in life or anything like that. It just means a defeat in boxing, but you can come back stronger and you can learn from it. So, if you can ever sometimes just look at a fighter that loses people and just take a few positives from them, and you can see different things in fighting. Because if you just look at winners all the time, it papers over the cracks. A lot of the times when a fighter wins, they're papering over cracks. They could have a bad camp, they could have a bad team, and it's not till a loss happens that you see that. So, look, there's many fighters that have lost down there. Anthony Joshua's lost, he's come back stronger. Character, that's what we like to see. So, look, Del Boy Chisora, we want him on the game. Great character in life. Great in the boxing world.
You know how much I love Chisora. A massive fan of Derek Chisora.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the UFC. I know you said it multiple times on here, Jay. UFC, if they lose, they come back. That's what boxing's all about, and that's why, obviously, the whole thing with Billy Joe Saunders, he lost to the pound for pound number one. It don't mean, obviously, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say he's pound for pound number two. But if you lose to pound for pound number one, you can still be pound for pound number two. I'm not saying Billy Joe Saunders is pound for pound number two. I'm just saying, okay, so one person in the world can beat you.
You know what,
in however many billions of people in the world, living in the world. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. You can lose, but what makes a person is how you get back up.
How you come back. Rocky, the comeback story. Yeah.
If you love boxing, any boxer or any boxing fan, Rocky, them films are religious, and it's crazy because it's a fictional film, but what you feel for them films is what you feel for real fighters and that. And that's the story. That if you want to be a fighter, watch Rocky, because he gets knocked down and he comes back, and that's what life's about. People make mistakes in life. That's how you become a full person, because you've got to make mistakes to learn from them to then become the person that you're going to be. So look, losses to me mean nothing. So when a fighter loses, it means nothing to me. I still support him. I still love him. And
a loss is a learn.
A loss is a learn, or a loss is a defeat if you allow yourself to be defeated, Joe. That's the thing. And
that's good. I like that, mate. I like that.
He come back strong, and he won. And look, he's gone on to better things. People lose all the time, Joe. Losing happens daily. But what doesn't happen daily is how you get back up and become a winner again. And look at Tyson Fury on a different aspect, mental health.
He was losing at life. He didn't lose in the ring. He was losing at life, and look how he turned it back. WBC champion.
And people like us are going to change boxing, Joe. People like us, the fans, the young fans, the new fans coming into it. Get behind your fighters. Keep people like Derek Chisora doing what he's doing, because he brings the numbers. He brings entertaining fights. He's a fighter. You don't want to see someone lose and not come back because they don't think they're good enough. Of course they're good enough. It's just belief. But look, I'm always going to support the fighters 100%. You're going to support the fighters.
You know me, yeah.
The fighters come first. The fighters come first. And I support them 100%. And loss does not mean anything. So I'm never going to criticise a fighter for losing. If anything, I'm going to give them credit for stepping in the ring. So look, we're going to change this mentality. We're all going to help boxing grow. We're here to try and help boxing grow. So look, this is what's going to happen. And in the future, we need to have debates like this that changed boxing, because UFC, I love UFC, Joe. You know that. There's other people that love UFC, but my first love is boxing. Boxing is what I started with. That's my bread and butter. But I fell out of love with boxing, which I've said many times before, because of the politics that happen in this game. And UFC, they've done a blueprint, they ran with it, and it's so popular. And I just love fighting, Joe. I just love combat sports. I love people training to the pinnacle of their careers to get into that one moment.
To a fight,
To a fight, the fear factor. Like, people, as fans, we forget what the fear's like because we watch it every week. But for them two people to get into that ring or cage, to stare at each other when all the bullshit's finished, all their teams are gone, there's a referee in the middle, and they say, "Let's go." Look, there's nothing more gladiator or brutal than two people going toe to toe, and that's what I love. So I'll watch a street fight if I have to. I'll watch whatever fight is possible. But
yeah,
we're at high level now. We're not in them days. We're high level combat sports, and we've got it to a level where it's respected in the sports world. So come on,
of course.
let's get behind everything. Let's make the biggest fights, and people get behind Eddie Hearn. A lot of people don't like Eddie because he gets a lot of criticism from other promoters or what people say. But the guy delivers fights. The guy delivers the biggest, best fights in the world, and we want that for boxing. Frank Warren, get behind Frank Warren, another British promoter. But people just get behind the growing sport and get behind boxing, because that's why we're all here.
Mate, I couldn't have said it better myself, and that is a perfect way to finish tonight's live stream. It's been absolutely amazing. I've really enjoyed it. We've had, unfortunately, Martin Joseph Ward got stopped by Fusili earlier. Then we had Shane Mosley Jr. versus Jason Quigley. Quigley got the decision there. And then we had Chantel Cameron make her first defense against Hernandez. Really impressed by Chantel Cameron. And then finally we had Devin Haney. He looked good against three-weight world champion Jorge Linares. Jay, it's been a pleasure, mate. And until the next time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, Joe, it's been a pleasure. If you can find us on a Pep Talk, whenever there's a live stream or a watch along, we'll be on that. Also follow me on Instagram, JAlby1989. Also follow the Pep Talk boys, as you can see at the bottom, Pro Bs, Joe and Shaz. Any messages that you want about the show, throw them into them. We'll get back to you. Get back to our main page at Pep Talk UK. Yeah, definitely interact with us. We're going to get you all involved in the shows. We're going to post about our show probably next week, so keep your eyes out for that. Give us your feedback about that. And look, Pep Talk UK, we're going up, we're going forward. And look, we want a Pep Talk nation behind us, a Pep Talk army. So you lot, you're the driving force. We couldn't do it without you. We've got the main man, Joe, there on the watch-alongs.
There we go.
A.K.A. Joe Calzaghe, A.K.A. Mark Noble, the skipper. We've got me, J. Alby. I'll be here doing the scoring, doing the commentary, talking boxing. Got Shaz doing interviews. Great work. We've got Pro B's doing interviews, doing top work as well. Pep Talk's going to be bringing you more stuff in the future. So, look, fantastic stuff. Great evening again. And we'll probably be back for a watch-along next week for the Daniel Dubois fight. We'll keep you updated. But we'll have a show in the week. But keep tuned. Keep looking for our weekly show. We'll post it up next week. We'll get a poster up or something to let you know what day it'll be on. But definitely within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a weekly show, regular on a certain day, bringing you all the stuff we've been talking about tonight, more. So, yeah, let's get behind us.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better. Absolute fantastic words, Jay. Been a pleasure doing the commentating. As I say, follow me on Instagram, Joe P 1309, or I'm new to Twitter. That is Joe Pugh Boxing. And we post all sorts of boxing related stuff throughout the week. So if you want a little added bit, and yeah, always give us a message. Always give us your feedback. And yeah, been a great night, mate. And we'll see you next time. See you next time at 5 to 6 in the morning.
Yes, mate.
There we go. See you later. See you guys. See ya. Bye. Bye.